shit.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
Tigger, tap in. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Men. What is today? Tuesday? Wednesday.
No,
Today's Wednesday.
it is hump day. Shame on you.
Hump day, Wednesday. It goes down. Michael, Shawn, and Takeover legends. Jay Black, Sexy Mo, Shawnee Scott.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody rocking with us. If you're on the IG Live, you can always download Media Room 360 TV. It's right behind me. And you can get it. Everybody on here, shout to, hold on, let me get your name before I shout you out. Fly, Bozy, Hoaxy, okay, and everybody on there.
Super
all right.
fly. Super fly.
Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to the people already commenting on the
Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, girl. Good morning. Good morning.
Don.
Early in the morning. Don, what's good?
Good morning, Don.
Don Pizzage.
Don Pizzage is on here. So it's a good thing we got a lot. Good morning, Sexy Mo. Good morning. How was your night?
It was long. I had to drive to Philadelphia. Almost to Philadelphia to pick up my son. And but I'm happy he's home.
How long is that drive from where you're at?
It's like a nice hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes from where I live. So just a quick, run there, turn right back around, come back home.
Nice. That means it's a 2-hour drive. It's 1 hour up.
Yeah. And it was the weather was nasty last night. So
yeah, it was up the East Coast.
It was real bad. The storm came and it knocked some stuff down.
Shout out to everybody on the IG Live. Don't forget, we pinned that Media Room 360 TV. Download that app. You can see the whole show. Jay Black, good morning. What's good with your night? Your night was good?
My night was great. I actually had a good night. Yeah, good night. Yesterday was Tuesday night. Yeah, it was a good night. What did I watch yesterday? Was there a key show I watched? No, wasn't nothing that stood out. No, I'm all about my big brother. I know you ain't into Big Brother. I watch my big brother. I'll be on my my live feeds, seeing what I'm doing in the house. Yeah.
Oh, that big brother. You ain't watch Malice in the Palace?
Malice? I never even heard of Malice.
What is that?
Yes,
I thought I was up on my show.
Jay Black thinks Jay Black be acting like he's a sports fan. Malice in the Palace is when Ron Artest and the Indiana Pacers went into the crowd in Detroit, and they fought everybody. They fought the fans for throwing that cup of beer on Ron Artest
while he was laying down.
And they gave all the camera angles that nobody saw.
Oh, wow.
And they gave the fan, if you don't remember, this happened in the early 2000s, and I think it was 4. I'm probably wrong on that. And we were at the Comfort Inn, this bar at the Comfort Inn.
Shout out to the Comfort Inn.
And I was watching it on this small.
Ashley, what up? Go ahead.
And Ashley, what up? And I was watching it on this small TV. Jay was there, Big Rob was there, everybody was there. And at the end of the game, there was a foul that Ron Artest took on Ben Wallace, and Ben Wallace of the Detroit Pistons literally hit him so hard, and Ron Artest laid on a scorer's table, and a dude threw a cup of beer on him, and that led to them running into the crowd, and it changed everything in the NBA, and they started beating up on fans, and fans started beating up on them. That's another thing. When you see this documentary on Netflix, that was another thing you never saw. Fans was getting one black guy who they never identified was a big dude. And anyway, so if you never watched Malice in the Palace, go watch that, because the guy who got the most heat for it, who actually his career was affected the most, wasn't Ron Artest, wasn't Steven Jackson from All the Smoke.
Right.
It was a guy named Jermaine O'Neal, who all he did was really defend himself. And he caught his career was affected the most, because Ron Artest went to the Lakers after that and won a championship.
Went on.
Yes.
Steven Jackson had already won a championship with the Spurs. who went on to have his career. Jermaine O'Neal's career was stunted, but Malice in the Palace.
Where? What network? Where did you watch it at?
It's on Netflix.
Okay. I'm gonna have to catch that.
No, that was a big deal. I remember that. That's when when NBA players would fight the fans. Of course, now you can't get away with that.
Yeah, but the hockey players have been doing it for years. Like, there are multiple videos of hockey players going into the stands and beating up the fans. And Jermaine O'Neal said the same thing. He's like, it happened once. It happened once. And Jermaine O'Neal, like, it's really a good documentary when you find out Jermaine O'Neal came into the league when he was 17 years old.
It's crazy.
And it's an excellent just to watch how, and they weren't allowed, the dictator David Stern didn't allow these guys to actually speak up and say what happened. So Ron Artest got suspended for the year. I think Steven Jackson got 35 games. Jermaine O'Neal got 25 games. And Jermaine O'Neal from the Indiana Pacers after that went to court in Detroit. And the judge said he was right in what he did.
For defending himself.
He defended him. The judge said he was right on what he did. They looked at every angle. They just didn't look at the angles NBC, ESPN, and everybody showed. He said they looked at every angle. The prosecutor said, we looked at every angle. And Jermaine O'Neal was protecting himself.
But the NBA saw it differently.
And every white announcer, including Stephen A. Smith, who obviously isn't white, was like, thug, 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 thug,
I was about to say, they don't want that. Get that out the league.
Of course they wanted to paint that narrative. That's the easy and plausible narrative. We brought that thuggery to the league.
Now, nobody on the team knew what Ron Artest was going through. Even Jermaine O'Neal, because Jermaine O'Neal wasn't effing with Ron Artest after that. He didn't know the mental health situation that Ron Artest was going through. Now, and I'm not gonna stay on this too long because I do another show after this, and I don't want to get too sports heavy into this. Jermaine O'Neal was like, we ran into the crowd because we were defending. Steven Jackson was like, yo, I'm going in. Like, if my teammate goes in, I go in.
Right.
And he says when I get there, one white guy's holding Ron Artest back, and another white guy throws another cup of beer in Artest's face. And he said, and I do not regret being able to hit him 3 or 4 times. Everything like that. So everything happens, everybody's suspended. And the next year, Ron Artest says, I want to be traded. Now, during this time, for those who don't know, Jay Black wasn't there. He was with Jonesy. Mo wasn't on the show. During this time, after that brawl, do you know Ron Artest came to my radio show by himself at I think it was 8:30 at night to promote his rap album.
Yeah, he
by himself.
A rapper. He came solo, came to
by himself. And I was by myself.
Was he Meta World Peace then? Was he?
No. He wasn't Meta World Peace till he went to the Lakers.
Okay.
Yo, it is an excellent documentary to show you how when a narrative is painted about people and once the ball starts rolling, it's over. But the fact that the person who did the least and was proven that he was right, Jermaine O'Neal, his career was the career that was damaged the most. That is amazing to me. Like, you gotta watch this on Netflix, y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch it. If I can part myself from watching Love after lockup. I'm on season 2. Jay Black sucked me into the black hole, and now I'm hooked. And the show was crazy. It has some racial innuendos in there, and it's just crazy.
Love After Lockup is the dumbest. Dumbest show I've ever. First of all,
I can't stop watching.
I can't believe that people get upset after they get out of the lockup and they stay with somebody for a while and then they leave. Of course they do. Of course I love you. I have no options.
And this poor guy who's $90,000 in, sending all of this money to this girl that's locked up. I feel so bad for him.
Why?
I do. I feel bad for him because he seems like he really trying to help this girl, and Shawn got nobody else. But I guess she got people because she got her other tricks.
Once you get out of jail, you are now part of the world. David Burns, good morning.
Good morning. Good
like
morning,
when the person who's locked up, they love you because they have no options. Once they get out and they realize they have options, you're a this is the dumbest.
Right.
God.
And every time I hear next episode, I'll be like, turn this shit off. But J Black has sucked me into the hole, and I can't part ways from watching it. It just gets crazier and crazier.
First of all, if I'm messing with you and you're locked up and I'm on the outside, I'm already cheating on you. I'm just doing this for fun.
It's a foregone conclusion.
You got to be a dumbass to be loyal to somebody who's only loyal to you because they're locked up and they have no options. And you don't even know if they're cheating in jail. Paul, if you like Love After Lockup, you need to check out the Trailer Park Romance. I'm not playing with y'all.
David is addicted. Look, Dave said, I'm addicted to the show. Dave, you watching Love After Lockup?
Yes, I'm on this second season, and I'm like, how did I get here? How did I get here? In the world of binge watching shows, this has to be the show that I'm stuck in a space with.
Stephanie said, how you feeling, man? My body is sore, and this is like confusing to me. And I'm not going to urgent care and spend I'm not going to urgent care and spend $200 so they can tell me, so they can do. I'm like, I'm not doing
it. On, relax.
No, I've spent so much money at urgent care. Urgent care is the biggest scam ever.
Come on, Jacqueline. What you say?
But Mike, I'd
rather literally just die.
Mike, if you die, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm just letting you know that now.
Like my body is sore. There was something I did. I slept wrong. My body is sore and everything like that. And I'm like, I wish I would go back to. I've gone to urgent care and literally spent like $250 for them to tell me, get this prescription so your health insurance can pay for it. But you charged me quadruple what my doctor would charge me.
I understand.
On co-pays.
I understand.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I'm concerned. Your body don't just get, you don't be sore for 3 days for nothing.
Well, you know what? We're going to take this nothing, but thank you very much. But we're going to take this nothing. Is that Chartice? Good morning. Good morning, Chartice.
Good morning, Chartice.
All right, before we get into
what's on your mind or what's in the news.
So much
I'm looking at the list. I'm looking at the list of stuff that we can get into. And let me give y'all another review on things that are on Netflix. There are TV shows on Netflix. It's called All American.
Yes, I love that show.
Just watch it, y'all. I'm telling you, sometimes it gets corny, but I watched the whole new season and the ending is amazing.
Yeah.
Now sometimes it turns into a Black 90210. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's not the realness of the damn jailhouse love romances that Mo and J Black watch and
the rom-coms.
Love Locked Up and all
rom-coms. I love it though. I love the diversity of the storyline for All American. It's definitely
Tay Diggs is one of the leading main stars for those who
Tay Diggs is on there, and everybody, they mix everything in. They try and keep a nice balance and everything like that. All right, so Deshaun Watson, Governor Cuomo actually said, "I'm out." He was like, "I retire. I retire." For those who know, Governor Cuomo of New York City,
I'm shocked,
got accused of a bunch of stuff and everything like that. And then Deshaun Watson, quarterback for the Houston Texans, put a statement out there and agreed with him resigning. And it was like, basically he was like, I'm going to paraphrase. Everything, you guys are right. He was wrong for doing what he did. I'm not one of those people.
I don't know.
Deshaun.
I don't know why.
Why? This is not Deshaun Watson. First of all, Deshaun Watson doesn't even know who Cuomo is in real life. His lawyers advised him to do this. I promise you, there's no way
logic.
a young
break this down. So Cuomo, he quit because he was these alleged sex assaults happened. So he resigned from being the governor of New York City.
Right.
With those allegations. Wow. So he wasn't even charged with any crimes or anything, just from those allegations. I guess it was enough allegations for him to say, all right, I'm out. People
that was the damage control. Yes, that was the damage control.
Because
that
in politics, it all it is perception. And unless you're like Donald Trump, which listen, y'all can get mad at Donald Trump all you want. I give him credit. He doesn't fold.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering, like, why would Cuomo quit? Republicans usually they just stay in their ground. I'm like, look, nah, it wasn't, and why did he quit? I don't. But
he tried to quit because he knows his brother on CNN. He done dragged a lot of people in.
Chris Cuomo. Okay.
Yes.
He dragged Chris Cuomo in, and he done dragged and Chris and listen. I watch CNN. I like Chris Cuomo.
Yeah.
But you're full of shit. You can't report a story honestly when your brother is the guy being accused.
Right.
And you want us to believe that you're not going to be biased.
There's no possible way that you can't be biased.
Well, like, you as a viewer should be able to determine, like when you're watching him talk about it, if he's leading the witness, as I call it.
If Jay Black gets caught doing something, the last
allegedly,
the last person you want to come to for an unbiased review of what Jay Black did is me. I don't care if you report the facts. I'm gonna spin the facts,
and I'm gonna say allegedly. People.
Fuck allegedly. I'm going to give you the facts, but I'm going to give you an angle on the fact. Any fact that you can, any accusation, you don't even have to say allegedly. You can just frame it in a way. That's what TV networks do. They frame it in a way where you go like, you don't have to say allegedly. They said this, they said that. But the way you frame the whole thing, you're like, come on, these bitches is lying. Without saying it. Without saying it.
Good morning, Queen.
That is the mastery of the media. Of all of us, what we're doing right now. If somebody said Jay Black punched a homeless guy in the eye, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give you the fact. Jay Black punched a homeless guy in the eye at 7:00 at night. He was walking out of a 7-Eleven. And then you go like, this. He punched a homeless guy. Obviously, the homeless guy did something.
And obviously, it's a lie because he go to Wawa. He don't even go to 7-Eleven.
But my thing is, you ain't even got to say lie because it's facts. They know what they know what happened. You go like,
Jay Black, something more to this.
And you go like this. He had a couple. Jay Black walked out with a cup of coffee and he punched a homeless guy in the eye. You said exactly.
I wonder what would make him just walk right out and just punch this random homeless guy.
Second of all, he too cheap to be wasting a whole brand new coffee by punching somebody and yeah.
But my thing is, you could repeat the same actual facts,
right,
and frame it exactly the way you want to frame it,
Create
and all you have to do is go like this. He walked out of 7-Eleven. He punched a homeless guy in the eye.
And then somebody else will chime in and be like, yeah, that don't sound right. Some sound funny.
So that, my friends, is when CNN should have been like, listen, either you got to chill while your brother going through this, but we can't let you report this shit.
Right. That's why he wasn't on yesterday. Because I actually turned to see what Chris Cuomo would say yesterday, but he wasn't on.
What would we have said if Donald Trump had a brother who was on Fox reporting what Donald Trump did? This is why I keep trying to tell y'all. Republicans and Democrats are the same motherfuckers. I've been trying to say this for years. Like, you got to decide for yourself as a person, what are your issues and your policies that you want pushed? Don't worry about Republicans or Democrats. Worry about who is going to favor you on your topic and your policy. Blacks and Hispanics get so caught up. We're on this team. We're on this team. We're on this team. That's not what corporations do. Corporations figure out, all right, they on our side this time. We'll rock with them. Oh, they're on our side this time. We'll rock with them. Dog, every time Chris Cuomo would do a report on his brother, I would sit here and cringe and go like, do you know how much the Republicans can destroy you guys right now for the bullshit that y'all doing? You're going to tell me you're going to do a monologue on your brother and you're going to be fair?
It's impossible.
Look at what Trump got away with and evidence coming right out of his own mouth. I get that, Dave. Yeah. I'm saying, imagine if the reporter was Donald Trump's actual brother and he gave you the report. So Deshaun Watson, allegedly, I'm saying allegedly because I think this is a lie. Only reason I'm saying allegedly because I think with some powerful words regarding New York Governor Andrew Cuomo stepping down. First of all, this young black man in his 20s is really concerned about Governor Andrew Cuomo stepping down in New York, and he's in Houston.
Not while he's trying to take all of the heat off of his 20 plus sexual allegations. I just don't see.
So what did Deshaun allegedly say? What did he say?
I'm glad Governor Cuomo resigned, but there are still so many more sexual predators out there. The job is not done. Can y'all use your
no reason to weigh in on this, though. I mean, that's just.
This is his lawyer. His lawyer said his agent, his publicist all sat down. Deshaun didn't say this, y'all. Deshaun he don't really even fucking know who Cuomo is other than COVID. You think really Deshaun Watson, put the quote back up. You think Deshaun Watson was in his house and say, yo, that's crazy, Cuomo resigned. There are more sexual predators out there, yo. The job's not done. Can y'all really use your common sense? Deshaun didn't say this shit.
Because he was alleged for these sexual assaults, so that's why he has to make sure that it ain't me out there.
It ain't me.
It's not me, but there's more predators out there. Good job, stay on top of them guys. Because stop looking at me, because I ain't assault none of them masseuse.
This man has never said one political statement in his career. He's never made a political statement. He's never said anything about kneeling with Colin Kaepernick. He's never said He's never said a Black Lives Matter statement. And now all of a sudden he's concerned with Governor Cuomo. Are y'all fucking idiots?
Yeah, I don't believe that. I'm with you, Michael Shawn. I really don't believe that was his words. But nonetheless, it's attached to him. It's crazy.
He's in a and the thing that kills me is you agents and managers or whoever. They said this because it's a Republican state. So if he says Texas is a Republican state, so if he says this about a Democrat, he looks better in Texas because he's going at a Democrat. Dog, it doesn't take a genius to connect the dots. It doesn't take a genius to connect the damn dots. Like, this is dumb. Like, all this stuff that we see is just dumb. Like, Deshaun, and Deshaun is sitting there going like, listen, I'm just trying to get through these 30,000 cases of people lawsuiting against me. And they're like, well, do this so we can get Texas back on your side. He's like, all right, I'll just do this. I'll just do this. I'll just do whatever. It's just remarkable to me that they put that statement up and everybody took it serious. Like, y'all really think Deshaun Watson woke up and was worried about Governor Cuomo? That shit.
Oh, man.
So, Deshaun... And before we get into, let's get into some fun stuff. Cheetos has got a new ice cream, and
I saw that.
It might be as dumb as we thinking Deshaun Watson is, but we are. When it comes to society, we are basic math. We are 1 + 1 = 2. So there's like a Cheetos fried. I don't know if you have it.
It's called Flamin' Hot Cheetos. For all of my Flamin' Hot Cheeto lovers out there, and for some reason, Frito-Lay keep coming up with these fan favorites. I really feel like they got like chicken and waffles and all kinds of crazy, dill pickle, concoctions. So I don't know who in the hood came out with who they saw with this whole ice cream shake but I need to know where I can get it from.
Your milkshake, it's your Flaming Hot Cheetos milkshake.
Yes, it's like a sweet, spicy. I would try it.
Don Page look excited. Don like,
listen, because you don't know what the Flaming Hot Cheeto movement look like out here in these streets. That's why. It's next to Takis. Yeah. It's next to the Takis.
Yo, we getting dumber by the second, yo. Like think about the oxymoron on this. A flaming hot milkshake.
But it's cooling, they said.
It don't make no sense, y'all.
Oh, the stuff that people come up with.
Like we're dead, y'all. We're dead. Like. Oh, we're so. Hold on, let me write this down before, because y'all gonna forget I said this. Tracker. A flaming hot milkshake. So a milkshake that is supposed to refresh you and be cool and calm is now gonna be hot and steamy. Why the fuck?
It's kind of like eating the hot Cheetos and eating ice cream separately, but they just combined it, I guess.
It doesn't make any. This all started with when they started fucking up coffee. When they started making iced coffee.
Whoa. That's what helped me in the morning.
Let me tell you how dumb iced coffee. Let me explain to y'all how dumb iced coffee is. The butthole spicy already. Exactly.
Good one, Dave.
Over milkshake. If you're lactose intolerant, a milkshake should make your stomach hurt. It's not supposed to make your asshole hurt. Like, this don't make no sense.
With the Flaming Hot Cheetos, the spice on the Flaming Hot Cheetos. I know where you're going, David.
Let me tell you how stupid ice cold coffee. Let me tell you why ice cold coffee fucked up coffee. So I have a cup of coffee. I have a mug of coffee in my hand right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the coffee becomes cold, I get upset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then ice cold coffee decided if you leave the ice cold coffee sitting there too long, when that gets hot, it's fucked up. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because cold brew tastes different than hot coffee.
Dog, it doesn't make any, like, what is this? When they started doing, and I like ice cold coffee. The problem is when it gets warm, you don't like it anymore. The problem with coffee is when it gets cold, you don't like it anymore.
It's the
Do
Jedi
you know
mindset.
how fucking bisexual that is?
What in the world?
Everybody else gets to be, bisexual or binary or claim a gender. Why can't coffee?
And that leads to the last rant I'm going to have early this morning.
Oh, man.
So Robin from Batman and Robin.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
I saw it. Talk about where we going with this. Robin what? Batman and Robin, the famous. Everybody knows Batman and the sidekick, the boy wonder.
Wait, Robin. Let me turn this down so my son don't come in here asking me no questions. And yeah.
So Robin from Batman and Robin. Like gay people, I need y'all to be irritated too.
Because everybody shouldn't be able to claim their community.
So I'm saying Robin now, they're crime fighters. I never seen Batman fuck nobody. Did anybody see Batman smash a bitch out? Did anybody see Batman actually roll? In every comic I've ever had from Batman, Batman never rolled up on a chick. Batman was never at the strip club. Batman never got his dick sucked. Batman was never had a threesome. Batman, I've never seen Batman. The comic book character Batman.
Yeah.
And now, Robin is going to decide to come out as bisexual.
Dum, dum, dum.
Why?
I'm just trying to get the point. I'm just not getting the reason why. This is a classic character. This is not a new age character that's just come out. What's the function behind this?
That's what I'm saying. That's what my whole delivery is. What is the point if I've never seen Batman? Batman has never been knocking off chicks. Batman has been fighting crime. He goes to get the bad guys.
But so Robin is his own person. Robin is the boy wonder. He's the boy wonder.
Your job is to fight crime. The plot is there's a villain, and we go get the villain.
Right.
Why do y'all always, dog? If Batman was knocking off chicks in the comic strips, I'd be like, oh, that's ridiculous. Like, really? We got to show him having somebody bent over, and he got to be like, I love chicks. They're fighting. Why can't they just fight the villains? I don't care if you're bisexual.
He can't be bisexual and still fight villains. What are you saying?
Oh, I don't even care. What? I just want to know. A Flash, Thor, the Hulk. Nobody cared. They were just fighting the villains.
Yeah. They didn't have like a home life. They didn't go into relationships. They didn't do any of that.
But the thing with Bert and Ernie, this is what I love about Bert and Ernie. Bert and Ernie, as a kid, you didn't know that they were, you were sitting there going like, why is these two guys in a bathtub together? Because you were a kid.
Right. You didn't think along. Yeah.
Nobody had to tell you that they were like in the bath. They were just like, they're in a bathtub. They're just doing whatever they're doing, playing with rubber duckies.
Mm-hmm.
But now y'all literally,
you're the one.
Now y'all need to explain. Yes. Y'all need to explain that Bert and Ernie had two dicks in a bathtub, and one of them might have been attracted to each. God, what the
right?
Like, when is enough enough? Yes, in one of the cartoons, Batman smashed Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I guess with today's culture, Mo. So Mo, I guess what they say with today's culture, they want to be able to represent, since now is not frowned upon like back in the day. I guess it really wasn't highlighted.
Why can't kids just be kids and just let them fight crime?
But they saying that it is kid. It could be bisexual kid.
Yes, but my thing is don't bring sexuality into it at all.
Right.
Okay.
Heterosexual, gay sex, any sexuality. Just let them be fucking kids. Okay. You goddamn adults want to force your agenda on fucking kids.
So no love interest at all. Just a person just fighting crime.
Yes. How about this? Every female or every male that interacts, they're friends. How about that? They're just fucking friends.
Mm-hmm. Especially a classic like Batman and Robin, like that. My son can tell you like the whole history of each Batman character as Batman and Robin evolved. Like he's not thinking about Batman getting a girlfriend. He's not thinking about Robin tricking off with some man. Like he's not thinking of any of that. He's thinking about they're going to get the bad guys. That's it.
Good morning, everyone. Stopped.
Good morning,
Nurse Crosby. Thank you, Nurse Crosby. Yes, once again, I'm going to repeat what I said. Just have them fight villains. That's all. The bad guy's trying to ruin the world. They fight the villain.
Right.
The bad guy's trying to steal the money from the bank. They fight the villain. Why? And I'm saying heterosexuals, I'm saying the gay community, stop implementing. There doesn't have to be a fucking romantic interest when a 5-year-old is watching. Like, y'all kill me with this. And you know what it is? It's not the kids that fuck it up. It's you grown-ass adults that fuck it up. The kids is cool.
Yeah, and so now it puts parents in a place where they have to sit their 5 and 6-year-old kid down who has not even discovered their own sexual identity yet and explain what's going on with Robin from a sexual standpoint.
And as an adult, who the hell didn't know Robin was bisexual? Who didn't know that?
No, I mean, I didn't know.
I just thought he ran around in tights.
No, Robin was always super suspect. Robin was always super suspect. Batman, even in the movies, was with chicks. You ain't never see Robin with nobody but the goddamn butler. Robin been suspect.
It was the tights for me. But I mean, I never looked at it that way. I never looked at them as growing up. I just looked at them as fighting crime.
Yep. Yeah.
That's the whole storyline.
We don't know.
As it's always been a storyline. So why create a narrative, a sexual narrative now and spin off to it? I don't know.
Batman. I'm bisexual. So what does that mean, Robin? It means I love men and women. So do you like me? No, I don't look at you that way. Yeah, but you've been in this cave with me for years. You're saying you've never looked at me that way? Batman, I haven't. I think you have, Robin. How can Robin not have a crush on Batman after spending years in the Batcave? And when they jumped down the pole. So, Robin, when we jumped down the pole and went down and our clothes got changed, did you ever look at me? Never looked at you, Batman. Never. You know you saw my dick, right, Robin?
Oh.
You've seen my dick every day, Robin. But I've never looked at you, Batman. Since y'all want to play.
Yeah, Billy just checked in. Billy, so Robin in the comics, they just came out as bisexual. And Mike is saying there shouldn't be any sexuality at all. They could just fight crime and that's it.
Fight crime.
They don't need to have any preference either one way or the other or whatever.
Jesus, my God.
And I say you can fight crime and be bisexual. I mean, as a kid, you really don't care.
But my thing is, you don't care until somebody tells you, and then you go like, "What?"
They still don't even realize they don't. I mean, I guess as a kid, you see mommy and daddy all the time. But then again, nowadays, Mike, as kids now, you see mommy and mommy, you see daddy and daddy.
Yes, you do.
So
but not in
what? Not in what?
You do, but for this classic cartoon character who's never identified with even, like Mike said, smashing out women, there's never been like a romantic plot when it comes to Robin. So why throw that in there now?
Dog, first of all, Robin,
because it's 2021. Because it's 2021.
Yeah, but like Mike said, why identify him with a woman or a man? Why not just have them fight crime, which they've always done for over 70 plus years?
I get what you're saying there.
But
it's 2021.
Why, Robin, you're the sidekick. All you have to be is the sidekick to Batman. Now all of a sudden you trying to outshine Batman. Batman, I'm bisexual. Robin, nobody gives a fuck. Like I wish they would have. I wish that if y'all want to really go hard, then go hard. No pun intended. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm still the star, Robin. No matter what you do, I'm still Batman, and you're Robin. You're just the sidekick.
Just because he came out.
But Batman, I want to date somebody. Robin, that's not in the fucking script right now, Robin. You will not date anybody. Only Batman dates people. Yeah, when's Robin ever dated somebody? Exactly.
Never.
In the movie. Never. When is Robin ever, even in the fucking movies that he's not even in? Most of the movie, he's not even in the movies.
He's only in a DC comic series.
Nobody is worried about who Robin is dating.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking Robin.
Mike as Batman is funny as.
Robin, this is why we didn't even let you in the movie. Because you knew this extra shit was going to happen eventually. What's it? J-Rock, the comic, the media is pushing homosexuality on TV, cartoons, movies. Mm-hmm. They are forcing it, and I hate it. Let kids be kids. I say, and let's be clear, keep that Stephanie comment on there. I say, these fucking producers and directors and editors and all that are forcing sexuality. Mm-hmm. Not gay, homosexual sexuality. They're forcing sexuality.
I agree.
We don't need to see a cartoon character's love interest.
They're pushing on you what they are, what they represent, so they can be represented. It's just like no different than a black director making sure it's a black cast and some black people in that movie. So I guess I kind of understand the thought process a little bit, because if I'm in that world, I want people to represent and look like me and act like me. So on that aspect, I kind of get it, because when we got a black director, we're like, yo, put some brothers up in that movie. So it's no different.
So you identified a look, right? Sexuality, technically, if you want to get down to it, sexuality does not have a look. That's a feeling, that's an experience, that's an identification or whatever. But that it doesn't, I can't look at you and say, Jay Black, I think you're bisexual because you have the bisexual look. There's no such thing as that.
Listen.
So why even push that agenda or narrative into the script for children who don't even have their own sexual identity or know their own sexual identity yet? That's all I'm saying.
Just let the cartoons be cartoons. Just let them be cartoons. Just that's all I'm saying. God, you have to make an announcement that you're bisexual. So, and first of all, this is a crazy thing. It's not even gay. You want to add the twist of bisexuality to 6-year-olds. It's not even just. It's just,
race is not sexuality. I see that. I'm just trying to have a different perspective because I kind of understand a little bit, but you know, you want to be represented.
Robin.
Dave's still laughing at me.
I'm trying to hold down this franchise, Robin. You're fucking Robin.
For over 70 some years.
Do you know, Robin, if I actually cut you off this fucking show right now, Robin, and called somebody Robert, nobody would know the difference. But Batman, I want to represent, I want people to see other things. Robin, nobody needs to see anything except what? Say it with me, Robin. They only need to see one thing, Robin. Say it with me, Robin. They need to see one thing. They need to see fucking Batman.
I'm the star.
Robin, so how are they going to even work that into the damn sitcom, though? Like,
it's not even a sitcom. It's going to be in the comics or the cartoons.
Yeah, it says the DC series, the comic series. So how are they going to work that in? 1 week he's going to be with a man, and the next week he's going to be with a woman?
Sexy Mo. It's not about fucking what you say. It's about Batman. It's not about what you say. Stop trying to be a fucking CNN reporter right now.
I'm just aggravated. I'm aggravated.
You think you're more aggravated than fucking Batman? Is that what you think? Do you know I had this problem with fucking Superman? Superman thought because he could fly that he could beat me. But as you can see, Batman movies have done better than Superman movies. Because I'm Batman. Stephanie, I will read your comment in a fucking second. When Michael Shawn comes back, Stephanie. When Michael Shawn comes back, you can read it. But right now, we're Batman.
I hate Stephanie.
I am so goddamn big that there have been over 10 actors who have tried to portray me in a movie. Robin, has anybody tried to portray you, Robin, in a goddamn movie? No, nobody, Robin. Nobody auditions to be fucking Robin. Nobody.
So Billy.
Nobody. I'm not done. God damn it. Nobody auditions to be fucking Robin. Do you hear me, Robin? No agent has ever gone to an actor and said, guess what? We have the break of a lifetime. You're going to be fucking Robin.
Oh, man. I can't.
But you know what happens? Ben Affleck, when they went to him, they said, you can be Batman. And Ben Affleck sucked at being me. But guess what? He got paid $20 million to fucking be me. George Clooney was fucking me. Batman. Nobody has ever woke up in their life and say, one day I will portray the life and times of Robin. Nobody. Queen Born 9. I'm going to read your comment as Batman. Robin was in Batman forever. Fuck you, Queen Born 9. I'm Batman. Queen Born 9, I love you, but understand the only reason we let Robin in is because the budget had a little extra money for that bitch.
Oh, man.
When Heath Ledger was Joker.
Wow.
And Batman, was there a Robin? No, because that's when things got serious. R.I.P. Heath Ledger. Batman. This is the last comment I'm going to read as Batman because my throat is fucking up. All right, Stephanie, I'm going to read this as Batman right now. Hey, I believe in any superhero, gay or whatever. I'm cool, but just be easy about it. I do not like seeing straight shit be blasted on TV. HBO has Batwoman, and she's a full lesbian. And as you... Okay, real quick before I read that. As you can see, how big did that full lesbian Batgirl woman shit get? And it's okay, but just boring because it's all about the love interest like usual. Listen, if you watch Batman and Heath Ledger as the Joker, there was a love interest. But that's not what we watched the movie for. I'm going to fly the fuck off to my Batcave right now. I'm going to fly off and leave here. Because I can never... All of a sudden, I realized those Black and Miles have fucked up my throat that I cannot I cannot do this Batman voice for too much longer.
Billy Edwards said, Teen Titans better not change Robin. My 8-year-old don't need that in her life. That's why I just turned my computer down. Because I swear, if this gets to my son, he's probably really, really going to have a whole lot of questions. Okay. And I'm not going to be able to answer him. He's going to ask that nosy bitch Siri.
Okay, Mo, there's a certain point where you have to let a bit ride out. And you have to let that bit end. The fuck? You have to let the bit end. The funny thing about the bit is that my voice is getting fucked up. You were trying to make a fucking point for no reason. You'll have plenty of time to make a point. Put that last comment back up because I'm about to end right now. Billy J. Edwards, you better feel proud that I'm going to risk my voice to read your fucking comment right now. You know they had all kinds of logic on the set for Batman. Mike did 15 minutes and he is through. Yes, because nobody paid me, God damn it. All right. I'm going to fly off.
All right, man.
Stephanie, how fucking old are you when you say the Red Fox voice? Nobody can refer to that.
Red Fox? Who?
Stephanie, you are 65 years old. What the fuck?
Good morning, Tam.
She said, why is Mike talking like Louis Anderson?
This is not Louis Armstrong. God damn it. This is Batman. The fuck is wrong with you? I see trees and bees and all that. What a beautiful world. It's Batman. All right, this is done.
All right.
Right.
I'm going to need a little break.
And it better not be the smoke of Black and Mild either.
Going to smoke a Black and Mild so I can comfort my throat.
Terrible, terrible.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. But don't get it fucked up. Batman will be back. Because I have a lot of fun doing this. What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out. Now, if you want to interrupt, just tap the mic and be like, yo, I got to say something about that. Like, just tap it. Just be like, Mike, slow down.
Okay.
Yeah. And just be like, slow down. Spank from the Plastic Cup Boys has to say something. And I'm like, okay. All right, so I'm at the gym. I'm working out, doing whatever I'm doing. I get on.
Mike, this is Spank from the Plastic Cup Boys. You was really working out, or like? Let's be honest. Was you really work? I'm sorry. Finish your story. I'm sorry. Finish your story. I'm sorry.
Right from the rip.
Right. Wait, were you really working out?
I don't even know if I believe that.
I just want the whole story to be true now. Because comedians, we tell real life stories, but we exaggerate to make it funnier. So I just wanted to make sure.
Were you walking by the gym? Were you walking by? Were you
what about working out?
So I said, I'm not listening to music. I'm going to scroll on Instagram for the last 20 minutes because I have a certain time, last 20 minutes. So I scroll, I go to Will Smith's page. Do you follow Will Smith's bank?
Yes.
Okay. He's an entertaining page. Like that's an entertaining page. Mm-hmm. And it's something you inspire to. So Will Smith puts up this thing where he's jogging, but it's like overcast and it's dark and it's kind of rainy, right? Mm-hmm. And then he says, if you can, somebody caption this motivational situation. Somebody caption it. Like normally I don't do nothing like that, but I'm bored and I'm like, let me caption it. Mm-hmm. So I caption it and I put something on there. I said, sometimes the most important journeys you have to travel will be by yourself. All right, Spank, wait a second, because I know you know Will, but wait a second, Will. Spank, I went back in Instagram like 10 minutes later, and he liked my comment.
Oh, wow.
Spank, don't you degrade me, Spank. Don't you dare.
Will Smith liked your comment.
Spank, don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that, you bougie bastard. Don't you do that right now, Spank.
I gotta ask one question.
All right, back to
Spank, don't do that.
I gotta ask one question.
What's the question, Spank?
Did you repost that he liked your comment on your personal page? Like, yeah, Will Smith.
I'm going to repost it today. It just happened. Why? I'm not supposed to repost it?
No, Mike, you're somebody, so you don't have to do that. You're somebody. You don't have to do that.
Are you serious, man?
Yes, you're established. You don't have to do it. But
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Your escape from reality. Right here on Free Agent Radio.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do. Michael Shawn wears tight shirts every day. I wear tight shirts because I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when December comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
What? Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirts. Tight shirts. Yeah. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Every day.
Mike Shawn wears
tight shirts. To the gym or wherever.
tight shirts.
Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, Michael Shawn and We the Worst Records, Pluto, Aristotle, and P Skills have just destroyed or created another perfectly horrible song. Yeah. Check out the next single, Grown Man Wearing Skinny Jeans.
That's it, bro. Mix it up, bro.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Tap in.
Tap in. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, Jay Black, Sexy Mo, Shawnee Scott. So, I know I asked yesterday, when does Shawnee Scott come back, or is just, during
I think Shawnee may be back tomorrow when we have our psychic join the show tomorrow. I'm excited. We got a psychic joining the show tomorrow, and Shawnee should be back tomorrow, I believe.
Well, if you don't know, you can ask
all
the
my
psychic.
people. Yep.
Yeah, you can.
For those people looking for psychic readings tomorrow, psychic could be on actually around this time tomorrow. I think about 8:30ish on the East Coast. Or 8 o'clock. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but yeah. So yeah, all he's going to need is for you, Mike, or anybody's going to need your birth date, not the year, your name and your question. That's it. So you'll put that in the comments. You'll say, hey, Michael Shawn, your birth date and what your question is, and he'll be able to go ahead and give you a little reading. So it should be fun tomorrow.
Jay Black likes oddball shit.
Yes, it ain't oddball. Psychics, magicians, magic. I love that stuff. I love it.
Okay, well, you did that. It's oddball
It's
shit.
not
Like
odd.
it's
not.
oddball. Like you have never, when we were getting drunk and we were all at the bar, you were never like, yo, let me tell you about this magician. Why? Because that's some oddball shit.
What? That's not. It's fun. It's unique. It's different.
Why'd you never bring it up? Why'd you never?
A psychic told you was having twins.
Yes.
You didn't believe it, and then you had twins, right?
It's still oddball shit. Like no, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying why you don't bring it up in certain situations,
certain environments.
Why you don't.
Shots back, yo. It's funny.
Like
it's not odd though.
It's oddball shit.
I disagree.
It's sideline. It's some side. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying,
it's fun.
Like, that's like me being like, I got some pieces of spoken word. I've never at the bar decided, y'all want to hear the spoken word. Now, if I had a hot 16 bars, I would have done it. Because it's some oddball shit. And it's weird because Jay Black doesn't. If you look at his character, you would never think Jay Black would be this into like magicians on some ta-da. Like, you would never think.
Excited.
He's excited like a kid. and the magician, and truth be told, when the magician came to the house and performed for everybody, he really was dope.
Boom. Exactly.
I'm just saying, but that,
mic on that.
Like, what if you knew country music was the dopest music ever, and you were like, y'all have never heard of so and so and so and so. You wouldn't just that would be some different shit. Maybe
so you trying to say magicians and psychics is not in our community? That's not our job. I'm just saying, part of our world. You saying it ain't?
No, it's not.
I don't know.
I like them. I like them. I think they're good. I just think like, what if I was just really into juggling? Wouldn't you think that was some oddball shit? You'd be like, what if every time you was around me, I started juggling shit? Like, no matter what it was, I just started juggling shit.
This shit lit. You don't know nothing about this shit, man.
Why you always juggling, dude? Like, but I was dope with it. Like, I went from juggling pens to juggling balls, paws, to juggling swords. And then you were like, he's juggling swords. And then swords with flames on them. And then I was juggling loaded guns and twirling them around. And then you'd be like, that shit is dope. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that is not dope. I'm just saying it's some oddball. It's a little different. It's oddball. I was going to try and make it better, but I was going to say different. No, it's some oddball shit that Jay Black likes that shit.
You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. You ain't gonna hurt my self-esteem. I think magicians is dope, and I love psychics. I think it's interesting to me. It's fun.
I'm not saying it's not interesting. I'm not saying it's not fun. I just admitted that the magician was incredible. Yeah. It is some oddball shit. Stop playing. Whatever. If you told your mom before you moved out to go on your own, before you moved out your mom's house, and you were like, and she's like, what you gonna do? He said, I'm gonna be a magician. She's like, what type of oddball shit is that?
She said, baby, follow your dreams. If that's your passion.
Nobody in the Black family would have been like, go follow your dreams and say ta-da. No. Your mom would have been like, you go get your ta-da on.
You are an idiot.
Nah, I'm not saying it's not dope. I'm not saying it's not dope. All right, Jay.
Mom, look at this magic trick. You better magic your ass on out my face and then wash the dishes.
Look at David Blaine, Chris Angel. There's people out there that's really amazing that's doing it.
Okay, all I'm saying is that when you moved out the house, like, how you gonna make a living? And you did a card trick. Your mom like, get the fuck out my face.
Oh, man.
Are you gonna get on the IG Live? You're gonna be stubborn for the whole time, Jay Black.
Forget you, son. I come back to IG Live. Where we at?
So, ta-da! Like, that's the whole. I'm not. Once again, I want to re-emphasize, that I'm not saying it's not dope. What up, Mike? This is Mr. Jimmy. Mr. Jimmy, what's good? Jimmy L. Tam, ta-da! That's what it is. It's just like y'all don't agree with me that y'all wouldn't even know as much shit as Jay Black talks, you would never know that he was that into like magicians. Like, you wouldn't know. Like, I'm just saying oddball as is different. Maybe I should use a different word, but
I've known him for almost 20 years, and I just found out that he was like overly excited over magicians.
And I don't even get it because Jay Black has never ever performed a trick in front of us. Like, normally when you're like, if I'm into something, I'm like, like Jay Black is normally stubborn. Like, y'all don't think, listen, I got to, do you even know any magic tricks?
And look, I got kids. I even got kids for Christmas. You know, like they give you the different sets from the the big time people, and where they teach you different stuff, and
All right, can you do this magic trick and get on my IG live? Do that magic fucking trick. Like, I don't know why we have to do this. What is it that is there something going on that we don't know about? Do you have some type of life going on?
Jay Black never wants to get on live.
I've been trying to put him. He'll get on in the beginning.
There you go. It's there. I just hit request. I just requested.
I sent a request. Now they're gonna butt heads, and nothing's gonna happen.
It's loading. Bam.
So,
IG.
I think for our viewers on Media Room 360 TV, which if you're on here on my IG Live, you can get on Media. I think Jay Black, since he claims that he has magical set. I don't know if you call it magic or magic. I don't know. You should do a trick for us. Like, do you know, is there a trick? Like, I got a card. Like, Jay Black, okay. Jay Black was at my house, and Stacy's brother, Cavell, I saw Jay Black at the table doing a magic trick. He was doing a card trick. And I didn't want to blow up the card trick. So I was like, I'm going to let him do the card trick. And he did the card trick, and it worked. And Cavell was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I was like, I know that trick. So how many card tricks do you have, Jay Black?
Mike, I'm not feeding it. No, I'm not feeding. I'm not doing no card trick. I'm not engaging in this.
No, I'm saying
that's just a little something on the side. I like the little.
Why are you so insecure about this? I'm asking you about what you
just
like.
Trying to clown the fact that I like magic and into that little bit. You did.
Like
what do you mean? You did.
How about this?
Yes,
I like pottery. I like pottery.
Stephanie. Go to Media Room 360 TV on YouTube. Yes, you can actually watch on YouTube. You can watch everywhere. Yes. You can go to YouTube, you go to Facebook. She's at work. Mm-hmm.
Oh well, you can
watch that Facebook.
Yeah, go ahead, go get it.
Amazon, Apple TV. Yeah, there's a bunch of all the streaming platforms. Just search Media Room 360 on all of the platforms, and it'll pop up. But you're not gonna see no magic tricks from Jay Black today. That's what you're not gonna see. What
you got the kids. You got the kids. Show us a few things. I'm interested now.
You'll see us talk about the latest Karen that's out there. I don't know if y'all saw the clip of the latest Karen that's been circulating. Did you hear about it? You saw I pivoted, Mo.
No, that was a horrible pivot, but we'll go with it. I don't even understand why we're so worried about Karens, but go ahead. If you have a video with Karen, show.
No, yeah, it was a video. It was I guess a Karen knocked at somebody's door and had a concern about a flag the lady had up. It was a flag of Tigger. You remember Tigger from the Disney character Tigger? So but here's the video.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I want to talk about this Tigger's flag.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay, why not?
Now, I thought the American flag was real nice.
Uh-huh.
I don't say nothing about the shrubbery being cut. I don't say nothing about the backyard. But now, I don't like that.
Oh, okay, I didn't hang that. My brother hung that.
I know. I'm just telling you, I don't like it.
Okay.
And we have rules. I won't have to go find out what they are, but I don't like that.
I mean, this isn't a homeowners association, though.
No, but there's rules for the community. There is called Williamsburg something, and there's rules.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, I don't like it.
All right.
It makes it look tacky.
Welcome.
Makes the neighborhood look tacky.
It doesn't, but that's okay.
Huh?
I said it doesn't, but it's okay. You're allowed your opinion.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna find out about it.
All right. Well, you have a good day.
Ignored.
So this was the offensive flag. Yes, it is Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
All right. This is where
Oh my God.
I'm not going to entertain your conversation. What I'm going to do, I'm not saying this as a tough guy, a thug, or anything. If you come on my porch again, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you.
She get kicked down the stairs.
This is why I'm not entertaining. I know she's old. I know. This is what I'm saying, y'all. If you come on my porch again, I'm going to let you know, you are no longer welcome on this porch. Before you keep going, before you keep talking, you're no longer welcome on here, right? If you come back again, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. And I'm going to close the door. Now, everybody's like, what if it was a dude? Okay, well then I might have to have, if it's a big guy, I might have to have a bat in my hand. I might have to have the gun laying next to me in my hand. Like, don't come on my porch again. Ever. Like, don't. Like, what I don't like is us, like, we have to entertain the white lady. Now, people are like, well, what if she's not mentally stable? Guess what? That's not my fucking problem. Whoever she lives with should be supervising her so that she doesn't come on my porch. Because if you come back, if I see you step up on here, like, it is so annoying that we literally have to entertain your bullshit. Sweetie, once you started, the flag was nice. You stop right there. Stop right there. Stop. Listen.
No Black Lives Matter. No, it wasn't that.
No.
Just listen. Get off my porch. Get off. I'm letting you know right now. Get off my porch and don't come back. Stephanie, yo, Batman. It's like J Black showing his mad nerd side, Revenge of the Nerds. Oh yeah. Tigger is, bitch, who is you? I don't give a fuck. All right, let it all out. I don't like tatty old ladies with dog haircuts, but I'm not going to be upset with your dog groom taste, bitch. Please kick rocks, Delta. Yeah, that's hilarious.
She hit on everything, right?
She hit on everything. Oh man, the audacity of it all, the entitlement. She said, I know there's rules because it's rules and I'm going to find out about them. So you coming to my house?
But it ain't no HOA. It's not no HOA. It's not.
Right.
So what do you mean?
Like, I made a joke about if it should be a law that if a white person calls somebody the N-word, they should get punched in the face 5 times. The problem is we entertain it because we know how biased the law is when the cops come. But if the rule was you use the N-word, you get punched in your face 5 times. Now, if you want to fight back and you can win the fight, God bless you. You won the fight. But if there were repercussions immediately for this shit, if there were repercussions like immediately, that's why I tell the old lady, sweetheart, if you ever come back over, we're going to stomp you the fuck out.
Did the black girl handle it well? She was very calm. She was very calm.
She was too calm.
But she even defended it. Said, I ain't do it. My brother did that. I thought that was
right.
Now, you your brother into the bus for.
But let's be clear. You ever have somebody catch you so fucking off guard that you say stuff that you're like, what? Like you got caught so off guard. You're like, because in reality, you're like, I didn't even put that up. You're like, my brother put that up. Like, because you don't even know if you're being threatened right now. You're like, my brother put that up right there. So now when you review it in your head, you're like, why the fuck did I explain?
Right.
My brother put that up.
That's when all the F-bombs come in and who does bitch think she is? Yeah.
and y'all gonna think this is crazy. And maybe it is because I spend a lot of time by myself. I practice scenarios in my head.
No, I do the same. You're not crazy.
I practice random scenarios. Like when I told you about the story, I always practice if a white dude says something that catches you off guard. I always practice be aggressive to begin with, right? Be aggressive. So when I told you the story on how a white guy said, "Is that your car?" I was in line at a gas station like store, and once he said, "Is that your car?" I jumped into aggressive mode. I said, "Yeah, that's my car." Well, if you can't park, you shouldn't have it. And I went straight into that's when I went straight into insult mode. Now, on a normal case, if I hadn't practiced my reply, I would have been like this. My brother parked it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I went over it. And I was like, And the first thing I was out my mouth was aggressive. And then all of a sudden he stepped back. I was like, fuck is you talking to? Give a fuck.
Right.
That car, that expensive car right there, like I went straight into aggressive mode.
Right.
And I felt better. But you gotta practice, because if you're thinking about a million things and somebody says some shit and just catches you off guard, you're like, what are you talking about? That and then you'll be like, well, doesn't look like I parked that bad. And you're explaining, like, and all that. So I have to go over it now in my mind, like what to do. And you gotta take into account what the person looks like. Are they aggressive? The size. I do all this shit to make sure on where we at. Is it a public place where if a fight breaks out, it can get broken up easily? Like, you know what I'm saying? All types of shit. That lady, and the funny thing is that lady who explained everything, she doesn't have an ego. I could tell that didn't even bother her afterwards. Like, she was just like, this crazy woman. Like, it's all good.
She like laughed it off.
She could have really she could have really drugged her in the house and some things could have popped off.
If she would have grabbed her by her neck and dragged her in that house, I would have been so happy.
Some things could have really,
people in hell
really happened.
Like, she would have just
pushed her right back out the door.
She's like, this flag, I like. And she just dragged her in that bitch and beat her ass in the kitchen. That would have been great. She probably went to jail. I do the same thing. I do the same always. Go over different scenarios. I go over these scenarios. Yes. Like, this is why I don't beep a horn at people. I don't beep horns in Texas. Because everybody has a gun. Now, if I had a gun under my seat, I'd probably be beeping horns again. Because in Texas, if you come out your car, you come towards the car, you allowed to just bust off on somebody. Like, it's real talk. Over a Tigger flag. Get the fuck out of here. Tam. But this is why, and another thing, and I don't meditate the way I was told to. Meditation is another thing. If you can meditate and get yourself calm, and you know, and you realize this old lady don't mean no harm. Like, maybe I'm overreacting. But you do, but I think you do have to warn the lady, but you have to do it in that voice. You have to do it in a voice where now the old lady's confused. And you go like, ma'am, I just want to tell you, if you ever step on my porch again, we're going to beat the fuck out of you.
She said, I'm calling.
And you got to say we, because you know they scared of us.
Yeah.
You got to say we.
We're going to beat you and you're never going to get off this porch.
But do you get the nerve to knock on somebody's door over? Matter of fact,
it's entitlement. It's not nerve. It's entitlement.
I think I need to just one more time. Let's just play it. And now I got a full clear head. I want to really watch her mannerisms. Hold on one second.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I want to talk about this Tigger flag.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay, why not?
Now, I thought the American flag was real nice.
Uh-huh.
I don't say nothing about the shrubbery being cut. I don't say nothing about the backyard. But now, I don't like that.
Oh, okay, I didn't hang that. My brother hung that.
Well, I know. I'm just telling you, I don't like it.
Okay.
And we have rules. I don't want to have to go find out what they are, but I don't like that.
I mean, this isn't a homeowners association, though.
No, but there's rules for the community. There is called Williamsburg something, and there's rules.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, I don't like it.
All right.
It makes it look tacky.
Welcome.
Makes the neighborhood look tacky.
It doesn't, but that's okay.
Huh?
I said it doesn't, but it's okay. You're allowed your opinion.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna find out about it.
All right. Well, you have a good day.
Ignored.
So this was the offensive flag. Yes, it is Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Now, what people will say, and which I will agree with, there could be some mental health problems going on with this lady right now. There could be some mental health. Now, my reply to that is if somebody said, it looks like the old lady might have some mental health situations going on. And I would be like, even if I agree, I would say when Blacks and Hispanics have mental health, they get tased or shot by the cops. And Janice said, I thought the lady was lost. She probably could. But once again, When we're lost, we can get shot or tased by the cops.
Right.
So this might be a sad situation. And maybe that's why the lady was so like nice, because she knew that there was something wrong with the lady. She might have known that. Remember Cedric Entertainer? We don't hope, we wish. I wish a mother would come up to my door with some BS like that. But maybe the lady realized that there's something mentally wrong. And guess what? I really feel bad because I had a grandfather with Alzheimer's. And I realized he snapped off on people. My only problem is, on the flip side, when we have the same situations, we get shot, tased, and thrown in cop cars. But you got to remind the lady, just in case you're unhealthy, just see if you can write this down. Maybe here's a pen and paper. So you write this down, and when you go back to the house, show this to the person who's the leader of the household, that if you step back on the porch, we're going to fuck you up. I don't give a fuck what you like on my property. Don Page, I get it. I understand. I don't like you on my porch. Work your ass back across the street.
She said, I don't talk about the shrubbery, the grass. I don't talk about
the backyard.
She started breaking it down.
Yeah.
Like I ain't complaining about the other stuff, but this ticket flag, I don't like it.
It's bringing down the property value.
But the thing is, it's weird, because then you start thinking maybe there is something wrong with her with the Tigger flag, because first of all, I wouldn't even know what the Tigger flag represented, and I wouldn't even know. So I don't know if the lady was just off. But once again, I can't have remorse, because you don't have remorse for people on the other side. When people of other races have this situation, you have the same remorse.
I mean, was she mad because it didn't have Winnie the Pooh next to Tigger? I don't get the whole point.
No, just but when people say, when, like Jay said, the audacity. And this, listen, white people, I know you didn't have anything white people alive right now. I know you didn't have anything to do with slavery, right? I know you didn't. Like, technically you didn't. You had nothing to do with slavery. But your audacity is built on the privilege of that. So white people, y'all really think y'all could say shit? It's ingrained in you that you're allowed to say shit that you want to say. Because you've always been, even when you're literally by numbers the minority, you've always felt empowered to be the majority. So you get away with, you immediately think, like when you talk, how about it? When you white people talk to the cops, you believe you can say shit to the cops that we believe we can't, because it's ingrained from generations of not being able to say that shit to the cops. So when you say, I had nothing to do with what happened 50 years ago, yes, you do. Because that's why you have the confidence to speak to the police officers in a certain way. It's been ingrained.
Why are you stopping me?
You cannot. I have rights.
I refuse to show you any identification. Matter of fact, I'm pulling off. I'm pulling off right now.
I'm pulling off right. It's ingrained that Black and Hispanic people have whether true or not, Black and Hispanic people have rhythm. So when Black and Hispanic people begin to dance, people expect, they are confident in their dancing, and white people will still dance, but they, in their minds, they're like, we don't dance as good as them. Not because you don't, because it's been ingrained in you. So it's already been, the foundation has already been there. Stephanie said, this white lady is old, her ass is that old ass thinking. She doing to find out about that. Oh man, y'all need texts. Y'all got to do better. That's threat. No, there's no mental health for racist comments. We don't. Okay. What that lady Karen is trying to say, listen, you're in our neighborhood and it was allowed, but now you're bringing all your blackish views. But Tigger has nothing to do with blackish views. Because them little black children like it, and I will find out more about. So do something now. Okay. Love topic. Sexy Mo, your shirt is cute.
Thank you. Thank you, Tam.
Paul, we have a guy in our neighborhood with a Trump fall that says, don't blame me. I voted for Trump. And as much as that offends me, I would never go to his door and tell him it's just a privilege they think they have. Yeah, because it's their house. Listen, I've said this for years. I don't care what your racist views and opinions. This is the problem with this country. As long as the laws say that you can't harass me, stop me, oppress me. Your opinion doesn't mean anything to me. You can say nigga and spick all you want in your house, or you can say it to your friends. As long as you can't actually stop me from doing what I want to do or make my life difficult, I don't care. I honestly don't care. I would rather know my next door neighbor is a super racist, so when we go to the mailbox, we don't say good morning to each other. We're not cool. But you can't stop me, harass my kids, or do nothing like that because the law is in my favor. The problem is that the law won't hold up the law. If the law did what the law was supposed to do, racism wouldn't even be a factor right now. Wouldn't even be a factor right now. You can believe whatever you want. You just can't affect me, and you can't stop me in anything I'm doing.
And Don Page is petty. He said he's gonna go out and buy all the ticket stuff he can find. He gonna deck his whole house out with ticket here and ticket there. That's petty, but that's funny.
No, but that's funny. But my thing, I wonder if the lady already knew where the old lady lived. Just so you could be like, yo, are you sure you're at the right place? Like, where do you live? Do you live across the street? Do you live whatever? Because that's a weird thing for an old lady just to go in there and just to do stuff like that. And Don, I'm with you.
I'm with you. Mm-hmm.
Let me hit these wave backs on everybody. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. So who's our guest today?
So we have a real estate expert and entrepreneur. Actually has a consulting company as well. His name is Brian Williams. So the real estate market it's at an all-time high with selling property, and people don't understand what's a buyer's market versus a seller's market, and some pitfalls of buying homes and all that good stuff. So Brian Williams is our next guest, and let's go ahead and welcome him to the show. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, what's up, Jay Black and Mike? Morning.
Brian Williams, what's going on?
Not much, Mike.
I can just tell by the echo in your house, you got a nice ass house.
Don't let the echo fool you.
Nah, you live it. I can tell you got a nice God bless. I see you got, I like, ain't nothing like a good ass echo, boy. Ain't nothing like a good ass echo. Like, I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment. You can see there's no echo popping off right now. There's no echo popping off at all. All right, so Brian, let's get into it. What is it that you want to speak upon, and then we'll get the questions going on. What's something that you're trying to push to people and inform people about?
With Jay Black wanted me to come on talk about basically the buyer's market versus the seller market, and right now we're in the buyer's market, which Jay Black know firsthand. So it's crazy. The market is crazy right now, and well, actually we're in the seller's market. So the market is crazy right now for buyers to buy something. It's hard to find properties, especially in Philadelphia. Investors, properties are high, to purchase right now. And it's just difficult out there. So you got to find a trusted, good real estate agent like myself to help you navigate through this tough market right now.
It's crazy because in Texas, like, people are starting to, the joke was, when you bid on a house, make sure you have your down payment with you when you do the
bid. Exactly.
No, real talk. Like, make sure if you say your down payment is $40,000, I have it right here. Like, I can give it to you right. I can hand it to you. I can take the suitcase, because Texas is going crazy where, like, they're putting bids and they're getting outbidded, and houses are being bought in like 5 minutes. Like, obviously I'm exaggerating, but they're accepting these bids so fast because the bids are coming out like 10, 15 at a time. So when it's a seller,
over asking price by that, so
and when it's a seller's market, when does it change? Like, I'm always confused. Like, there's a buyer's market and then there's a seller's market. So right now it's a seller's market because so many people are trying to buy homes. Mm-hmm. When does it change? What happens that it changes and it turns into the buyer's market?
Normally when interest rates change, that's normally a big factor. So when interest rates start getting high again, 4, 5, 6%, things start to switch at that point. But right now, since everybody has a lot of money from stimulus money, like, you got to realize a lot of people didn't have $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in their account, 15 months ago before this. So now people have some discretionary money that they can actually purchase a home now. So what that's saying to sellers is this is the time for me to sell right now. So we'll probably start seeing the change as the stimulus is kind of going away. This unemployment thing that they have is stopping in September next month. So you'll start seeing the change probably going into the top of next year, where it'll start switching back again to where it's at least a normal market. You know, I like the normal market when it's kind of in between. It's not necessarily a high buyers or a high sellers market because it's just ridiculous. I mean, things is going 10, 20,000 over the asking price right now, and multiple offers. I mean, you got to throw in all types of people not getting home inspections right now. They said, we won't get the home inspected. We're going to give you $20,000 over the asking price, and we can move in 15 days. Like that's what you're going against trying to buy a house right now.
But what are we going to do when this Delta kicks in and everybody gets locked down again and they start cutting these stimulus checks again, which is what I think is going to happen around November.
Me too.
And then we're going to be right back in the same boat. Like, is it still going to be because first of all, let me ask you something. Who the fuck got $15,000 on stimulus checks that were able to get $15,000? Because obviously I ain't get the same check.
That's because you're already rich. You're in a different tax bracket. I'm talking about the normal people, not the rich people like yourself.
Well, first of all, I'm not rich, but 15,000, like that's what people were able to save up on the stimulus checks.
Yeah, they sent out a lot of money. I mean, people, and remember, some people were scamming. Let's not throw that out there. Some people were scamming loans and things like that. But people made a way. And, you know, unemployment, I know people that who was nameless right now, who was filed for unemployment. They were getting whops of $7,000 from back, you know, and never worked a day in their life because they were able to get away with it. So people are maneuvering. People are signing up in the project, so everybody has a lot of money. They were going to get a PP loan.
Wait, $7,000 on unemployment?
Yeah,
because that back pay. So you know, if you file and you get denied, and then they put you in for the PUA, that back pay is something serious.
Yeah, but if you
never a surplus.
I get it. No, I understand it. But if you haven't worked to begin with, how are you pulling that shit off?
Because they were telling people if you were anticipating a job or if you were offered a job and couldn't start because of the pandemic, we're going to at least give you that $230 a week or $231 a week plus that additional cushion. So that's
well, I'm not mad. Well,
doesn't work.
I'm not mad at the people. I'm not mad at the people. If you were dumb enough to say your potential earnings could have been, well, fuck it, then that's your dumbasses for putting that stipulation in there. If you're going to give me I could have started a job, and you're not going to ask me to provide information on what this job was and show me the email that said you actually had the job. Jesus, my God.
Right. So you take that, and then you add on the first stimulus. If you got 3 or 4 kids, you got a couple thousand, maybe 4, 5, 6,000. If you got 2 or 3 kids, and then they send it out again. So people are sitting, and then they're getting $500, $600, $700, $800 a week on top of that.
So you can be getting $1,000 a week just chilling.
Yeah, so that's 10 to 15 right there, Mike. You ready to buy a house? You calling me saying, "Hey, I think I'm ready to buy a house."
Speaking of that, look like Action had a question. What if they wanted to get into flipping houses? Is this a good time or should he wait?
To me, investing is one of my backgrounds. I call myself an investor specialist. I did a lot of it for years. So I have a lot of knowledge. I had a construction company for a while, a couple years. So it's always a good time to invest. To me, it's never a bad time to start investing. It's just your strategy changes depending on what you want to do based off the market. But it's always a good time to start investing.
But if you're buying a house, it's still going to be overpriced, though, right? If you like flipping houses, if you have to pay for it. Because I know the interest rates are really low right now, but to purchase the house to flip it, ain't you still getting got and paying more than you should?
Well, it depends. Like me. Like I get maybe 10, 15 emails a day from wholesalers with properties that's off market. Because I've been doing this for about 15 years. I have a lot of relationships. Then I'm able to get properties for my clients cheap and under market. You'd be surprised. And right now, you don't always have to invest in your market. Right now, I'm looking into, I've been setting up a system in Baltimore for a lot of my clients to be able to buy down there. In Baltimore, you can still get great prices on houses, $5,000, $10,000 down there and make good profit on.
And the hustle out here in Dallas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I shouldn't say hustle because that sounds like you're getting over, but it's being able to buy the houses at the expense that you said and getting in with HUD. And HUD, for people who need homes, guarantees you that the rent is going to be, I think it was, from what I was told, this was like a year and a half ago, like $1,500 a month. And they pay for the people who don't have housing. So you get the HUD check $1,500 a month, and you're only paying $700 in your mortgage. So you're copping a profit off of that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, there's even some programs here that came out maybe a year ago where they were doing the same thing, the housing authority here. I know Bon Jovi had like a building that he bought here. Yeah, Bon Jovi came all the way to Philly and bought a building and set it up for just that. He partnered with the PHA, and they actually give you money to purchase and to fix up, but you just got to know the loopholes. This information is out there, but people don't look for it, and you'd be surprised. And that guaranteed money in real estate is the best money. That, you know, Section 8, there's assisted living is great. Assisted living is like almost double the price of rent. And then the VA programs, those are the best guaranteed monies, because guess what? Through the pandemic, when they stopped people from paying rent and they didn't have to pay rent, the government still was sending those checks out to those landlords that were in those government programs. So they didn't, you know, they didn't last. I have a lawyer friend. He has a mix of houses. He has one that's, some are school based, like around the schools and universities. The other ones are Section 8. So the universities lost last year, but then Section 8 checks kept coming.
Right. I used to work for the housing authority in Philadelphia, and what you're talking about is the homeowners portion. Philadelphia Housing Authority has a homeowners program to where you can go to classes, and if you have a housing choice voucher, you can actually turn that over once you buy your home into your mortgage payments. And a lot of people do not know that.
Right. It's so much information out there, and again, the internet is there, but people just don't get the information that they need, and the people that get it, they take advantage of it, and a lot of times they don't share it. So that's why these platforms are important, to be able to get this type of information out to people.
So Action had a question. He said, would you go for foreclosures?
If he's talking about investment, to me, I don't necessarily discriminate, because a lot of people say, I want foreclosures. Like, they think that's like such a big deal, and they look over all the other good deals because they want a foreclosure, because that's what they heard in the barbershop. That's right. You know, barbershop talk. Get a foreclosure, but you can get a good deal without going through all of that, or you can just negotiate a good deal. Also, you don't have to go through all the red tape sometimes a foreclosure can bring to the table when you're trying to invest. Now, if he's looking for himself personal, because he didn't specify which one he wanted, same thing. You can negotiate a good deal. You can find a good deal. There's tools like the 203K for people that's looking for a good deal on a house. And for those who don't know, a 203K is basically, you get the loan, but you get the money to fix up your house at the same time. So you can find something under market. Let's say if it's a $250,000 home, you can purchase it for $150,000, which gives you more of a chance of actually getting a house in this market. And then the bank will still give you another $100,000, let's say, to make it how you want. So I'm doing that a lot with my clients now. I'm pushing that because the market is just so crazy. But you can get in on one of those homes, and then you make it how you want.
And it's called the 203K.
Yeah,
the 203 construction loan. Construction loan.
Yeah, and it's two ways. So one is a streamline. So the streamline is 35 and under. So with that one, you don't have to get a 203 consultant. So it's a lot less easier. So if we're just looking to fix up like the kitchen, the bathroom, put some floors in and things like that, then that's a great product. And you don't have to hire actual consultant. It's a little less paperwork. Above that, it's a little more paperwork, but if you know what you're doing and got a good contractor, it's pretty seamless, and it's a great product to use.
So I'm a regular person. I just want to buy a house. My credit score, how important is it? Is it a certain number? Is it over the top number that makes things smoother, or is it too low? I shouldn't even be playing around with it. Like, what's the scores for that?
Well, right now we're back to where there's a lot of programs opening back up again. So before you, like back in the day, I started in real estate back in 2008, actually, which was the worst time ever to get into real estate. That's right when the market was about to crash. So I was in a couple months and everything crashed. So back then, all you had to do is breathe and you can get a loan back then. You didn't have to show no paperwork. You didn't have to do nothing. And that kind of ruined the market. But now what's happening is some of those programs are coming back. So they got so strict over the years where you couldn't get nothing. So now it's loosening up a little more. So you can have a 580 right now, and I can get you into a mortgage with some programs. They just have another program now that for business owners, they kind of bring it back to no document thing. They have something for college students with no credit scores. Because of course you're new, just got out of college, you want to buy a house, but you don't have bad credit, you don't have no credit. So they have no credit out there now. So those programs are coming back, which is another reason why the market is just so, everybody wants to buy a house because they kind of can again.
All right, Brian. We're speaking to Brian Williams, real estate expert. Are you you're on a laptop, right?
Yes.
Is there any way we can get you on your phone so I can get you on IG Live so people can hear what we're talking about?
Sure.
And are you on IG Live so I can invite you on here so people can actually?
Yeah, he's on IG.
Yep, Brian W. CEO.
All right, Brian. Let me make sure, Brian. And we should have done this CEO. Because I would like.
You said a 580. You can get a house with a 580 credit score. Wow. Wow.
For those out there who are working on their credit,
it has to be higher. It has to be more money down, or it has to be something, because with a 580 credit score, that means you high risk. So that means it got to be some type of something additional versus somebody that may have a 750 credit score, right?
Exactly. So since you're a little higher risk, you may have to put a little more money down on it. But again, right now, for the past few months, money ain't been a thing for people. So they've been rocking and rolling. And able to get in the house and, hey, I got a 580, but I got this 20 grand I'm able to put down right now. So,
and I sent you a request. I'm sorry, I sent you a request so you can get on IG Live. Go ahead. This 20,000 is just amazing me that people are collecting $20,000 and all of a sudden believing that they're going to put this down on a house.
Why not?
Then, well, let me finish. How you going to keep the mortgage up when the money that you're getting is based on these checks that you're getting during a pandemic? So what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for something that you can't keep up.
You can. You have your salary. You just needed the down payment. So your stimulus money, your unemployment money that you stash, that's the money that you need for your down payment for closing, in my thoughts. But you have the money that you could pay your rent. And usually your mortgage is a little less than what you're paying right now in rent anyway. So that's my process.
That's not your mortgage is not going to be less than your rent.
Some people, generally it is. Well, I don't know, Brian. I don't know.
In a lot of cases,
and a lot my properties back then, my mortgage was less than my rent would have been.
Yeah, a lot of cases. Yeah, you're exactly right. And people hustling right now. So everybody didn't do the wrong thing with the money. Some people started businesses. Some people bought food trucks. Some people, started hustling. So really, stimulus turns a lot of people's money game around, and they hustling. So they making money. They'll figure it out once they in.
But my thing is and this is what I try and tell people: when you're getting extra money and you decide to buy a home, and what comes with buying a home, like if your home mortgage payment is going to be less than what your rent is, then that's a whole different story. Then obviously you're not buying the same home I'm buying. I'm just telling you, and then if you're putting yourself and you're stretching yourself out, I'm a very conservative financial person. And if you're stretching yourself out and you're not looking that I'm only doing this because I've gotten this extra money along with my salary, but you're making it sound like some people weren't even doing this based on a salary. They were just like, I got this extra 20,000 and now I want a mortgage. Am I wrong?
Well, no, you still have to qualify, with
a 580?
Yeah, you still have to qualify as far as income and prove that. But again, there's programs out there now, again, for business owners or whatever. But, they figuring it out because, again, they gobbling up these houses. There isn't enough houses. So they're buying them and moving in and making it happen.
And Brian, go ahead, Mom.
No, I have a housing question. So, brand new house, 2 years old, new build. If you had about $80,000 or $90,000 worth of equity in it right now after 2 years, would you sell?
It depends
right now?
It depends on which your goal is. You're selling to upgrade, or are you selling to, which depends on why you want to sell. Are you selling just to pull the cash out, 80,000, and what are you going to do with the 80,000 with the equity? Would be my first question.
So say you want to invest the 80,000. Take the 80,000 and invest it.
I mean, unless you don't like your home, you can refi and pull the cash out. You can pull out the 80,000 and still have the same thing, and then invest that money. Unless you just want to move, but if the equity is there, go ahead and refi and pull the money out.
Thank you.
And this is what I'm saying about what we were saying earlier about buying these homes and getting over 580. We had one crucial situation in 2008 when there was a thing called adjustable mortgages.
Right.
And everybody was like, you can get it. It's an adjustable mortgage. You can get it.
It's only 3% right now.
And I kept telling people, the reason why it's called an adjustable mortgage is because it will adjust.
It could jump up to 20% next.
Right.
This is why I'm telling people, y'all buying these houses based on this extra money that y'all got when that money's no longer there. And what happened was millions of people lost their homes.
Right. I definitely can see that coming because actually I was a mortgage broker first. I started my first year, I was a loan officer. So at that time, the issue was that they were paying so much money to us for adjustable rate mortgages. Like it was like 2 or 3 times more money. So that's what they were pushing. People didn't even know what they were getting. They just knew that they was approved and they could get this house. A lot of people moved to Delaware. That's why a lot of foreclosures was down there. That's all they knew is that they said yes. And they had no idea what they were signing, never bought a house before. It was just ridiculous. But the same thing can happen, in a few years. So you're definitely right. I can definitely see that, but time will tell.
That's all I'm saying with people. Like sometimes I'm overly conservative. But my thing is you really have to be honest with yourself on what is my financial situation? What is my financial situation for real?
Right.
Like without all the extras, don't talk about income tax returns. Don't talk about stimulus checks. Don't talk about what is the bare. What do I really earn every year for real?
Right.
And I think a lot of people are jumping into these homes and we're going to have a situation when all this clears up, when COVID and the Delta and the Spirit and the American Airlines, when all the viruses go and everybody then is sitting here, I just don't want everybody to be in a situation that we were in 2008, where now everybody is literally having their houses auctioned off and everybody's filing for bankruptcy and moving back in with family members. That's all I'm saying with this.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely could happen, but that's speaking to my investor clients. That's when the investors come back in and then it becomes more of a market for them again. But yeah, people just got to be careful. Be careful, people, and be smart in what you're doing. Make decisions for the long run. But right now, I tell people it's the time you hustle. Like this last year changed a lot of people's lives around. A lot of people were making $14, $15, $16 an hour, and they thought that was good. But since they've been sitting home and collect this money, they realized that wasn't really enough money. So get your hustle on, figure it out. Then come to me and get ready to buy that house. I'm an entrepreneur, so I can help you with the business plan. Whatever you want to do, you have to make it happen, but be secure. Turn your life around, but don't be stupid. Is basically what Mike is saying. Be smart about what you're doing.
Is there some common pitfalls that people run into? Like they going to buy a home and then at the last moment they get stuck. Is there some common pitfalls?
Most of the pitfalls you see, that hasn't really changed in any market. One of the biggest things is that you have to make sure that your money trail stays good. So a lot of people will, leading up to settlement, go buy furniture, go buy a house. Go buy a car or something, and and they get there and they change their whole debt to income ratio for them to buy a house. They'll check it the day before settlement, and then they like, where did this $5,000? Now you not approved for the house. The other thing with the money flow, what I mean is some people may get a gift. I might say, hey, Jay Black, I need, $5,000. Can you loan me $5,000? And that money just show up in my account with no explanation. you have to get a gift letter, you know, and go through that whole process. But you have to make it as clean as possible to avoid any of those things that can stop you from closing. So it's normally your credit mess up or that. The other issue that we're running into is the grant money. So also this year, there was a lot of grants out there. Beginning of the year, they had the Keystone Grant where they gave you $5,000 to get into a home. That actually ran out about a month ago. The grants they have now, they're taking some of them are taking 90 days. So, you know, which means pretty much nobody can use it. Because who's waiting 90 days to, you know, if you're selling your house for somebody else to get a grant. So those are some of the issues that people are running into now who are dependent on those grants.
David Burns has a comment on here, said often times when people jump into these homes, Mike, most of them think they got it made when they get the home, but turn around that they got to pay out of pocket on the fixtures in the home. In other words, they have the money to buy homes or buy the home. And when they buy it, they're just now realizing that they got to spend money on the upkeeping of the home.
That hot water tank break. That hot water tank.
I know, it's so funny. Everybody always go to that with the hot water heater breaks. But what I tell people is that, you know, that's fine. So renting, that goes into renting versus buying a home. So you can rent a home, pay somebody $1,000, $1,500 a month, and go up every year $50 to $100 for the next 10, 20 years and have nothing to show for it. Or you can purchase your home. If the hot water heater goes, you may pay a couple $100 to fix that, but you're paying something into yourself. Now you have equity, like Mo said, in your house, and you can pull it out in the next 15 to 20 years. So again, barbershop talk, don't let a hot water heater break and stop you from purchasing the home or having to cut the grass. It will break, but you're paying for it. Eventually, your landlord is paying for it, but he's keep going up. Yeah. So
Jeanette said insurance,
but you don't own anything. So you want to own something.
Yeah, I agree with you, but that water heater wasn't a few $100s. But I agree with you. That AC unit was not a few $100s. I agree. But you can put a warranty on it in New Jersey. In New Jersey, PSE&G, you can put a warranty on all of that stuff. And I advise to it because it saved me thousands of dollars putting everything. Now it is it's an extra $25, I think, for everything from the oven to the AC unit to whatever.
Yes.
But it saved me a gang of money because it's like you said, it's gonna go eventually.
Right.
It's gonna happen.
Right.
And if you live in another state, don't they have the third party warranties that you can put on stuff? Okay.
Yes. So it's all types of ways to protect yourself. But again, you know, you still come up with a savings plan, which is financial. So you have to have money for those rainy days anyway, because again, things will break. But the home warranty, you know, you pay a couple $100 or $1,000 depending on your house a year, and you pretty much covered. Just like anything else, it's insurance. You buy a car, you crash it, you know, it got to get fixed at some point. Something's going to go. You get a warranty on your car, you get a warranty on your home. You know, it's the same thing.
All right. Anybody more questions? Because I want to let Brian give everybody information on how to get in touch with you if y'all have any more questions.
I think I am good. Oh, if I got 5,000 right now, I want to buy a house. You say yay or nay right now. I got $5,000 I want to invest. Is there a property? Is there a way that I should do it? Or should
you gonna buy a room?
Is that something that I can buy a room? Good.
All right. So $5,000 to purchase a house, it would depend on the size of the house if you're talking about regular. Now, as far as investing, with $5,000 in the house, it can be done. Like right now, you just have to change what your strategy is. So again, I deal with an auction house down in Baltimore. So this house is $5,000, $10,000 down there. That's livable. That's people just moved out of them. You can actually, they need cosmetic work to them. And you're able to get into the game. Now you'll need to get some money to fix it up. But what I normally do is I'll partner people together and do JV deals, which stands for joint ventures. So you might got 5, but I know another person that got 5 or 10. They can't quite do it separately, but together we can do everything, right? So we put those people together and then you make it happen until you save up enough capital on your own in those joint venture deals. Then you can kind of branch off and start doing it yourself. Or you can keep going in and doing bigger and better projects. But you can always start somewhere. So there's never a minimum amount that you have or don't have to have. You just have to make it happen. Because one thing about us is that a lot of times we don't work together. That's what everybody else do. Other cultures, they get together and they make it happen.
Black folks don't trust black folk. Like, you know how to,
same time.
I put 5 racks up. Where my money at?
Right.
But Jeanette, he said Baltimore. Jeanette, his property's all over, but Baltimore got something for $5K. So yeah. That's
but to be honest, and I don't want to turn this into a political thing or like when black people say stuff like, and I know y'all were joking. When black people say stuff like that, it reaffirms a stereotype that really ain't true. Because there's a lot of black people who really do trust each other, who've brought down and have been able to pass down property and real estate from generations in the past, especially down south. But I think we need to stop because I don't know. I know y'all were joking. It
was a little joke, but I mean, if there's $5,000, it's like you want to trust it. People, we do look at our people differently for certain aspects.
But if I had $5,000,
we
Jay,
trust the white man versus we trust each other sometimes, and that's just the truth.
But that's not true because if Mo had $5,000 and I said I had $5,000 and you said you had $5,000, yes, but that's what I'm saying. You don't know strangers. Nobody white people don't trust other white strangers.
Sometimes we'd rather hire that white man, is what I'm saying, over taking care of each other because we don't think we're gonna have the same quality at work or the same outcome, or we're not fully trusting them. Is all I'm saying.
So why we have Brian Williams? Why we have Brian Williams on the show?
Yeah, so we'll say not all cases, but a lot of times because I deal with different cultures, some Korean, Russians, and just as a family unit, a lot of times they move different, and we're just talking about within I'll speak for myself in my own family. A lot of times people won't come together. And I do realize I've been doing this for a long time, but a lot of people just won't come together as quickly as in other cultures. A lot of times, I get another example. Another client was actually my client, friend of mine's client. They actually move into their houses, fix them up, and they live in one room while they fixing them up. As a family, so father and the son, and they move around. So, and they put their money together and they just make it happen. A lot of times, you just don't find that in the black families. A lot of times,
that's their cultural precept. They've been taught this, throughout generations, to live this way and to build this way. We haven't.
Yeah.
But I think there's a change going on, and I just think we need to be aware of it and start reaffirming things because there is a change that is happening within our community. It's just that it's never going to be focused on because once we start realizing that it works, the media is never going to say it works for us. They're always going to make us believe you shouldn't trust each other. You should never trust. But we have a friend named DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club. Who's making millions. He's not doing it with a white guy. He's doing it with somebody else of color.
Right.
And it's possible. It's definitely possible. And it's something that, hopefully we can start reaffirming. And guys like you giving us advice. And we have other financial people that are on here that have done a lot, and they're all African Americans, and it's something that I think once we start reaffirming, we can really trust each other. Don't believe what the stereotype used to be. Like we could really and understand if a black person happens to scam you, guess what? Madoff was a white guy.
Right.
Bernie Madoff scammed every white guy who was a million. So it's just not for blacks and Hispanics.
Right. So let's change the narrative. The microphone.
Yes.
We're going to change the narrative, and we're going to speak all the positivity. Everybody's going to work together, and we're going to buy houses. We're going to invest, and we're going to move the culture forward.
Jay Black, throw me that 5 stacks. Run me that 5 stacks.
No, I think we all 3 of us. We should put 5 in. That'll be 15. We should better get something nice with Brian, and let's just see how it goes.
No. In real life, that's actually like something that we could do, that we should do, and that we would actually be able to invest in something that we're not going to get rich off of one property, but there would be profit that we'd all make off of that.
Right.
Like it's something that plain, it's not easy, it's not simple, but I shouldn't say it's not simple. It is simple. We got Brian Williams right here. Brian, how can they get in touch with you if they have any questions, if they need your help in anything?
Sure. So you can hit me up on IG. It's at Brian W CEO. My other pages is linked to there, my real estate page. You can give me a call at 267-227-4940. Again, 267-227-4940. Or you can email me too, brianwceo@gmail.com.
Brian, we really don't want this to be the last time you're on the show. So we hope that you'll make a return appearance, that we can have you on the show on a regular basis.
Oh, definitely. I ain't going nowhere. I knew Jay Black forever. We went to high school together, so we friends to the end.
Did you ever see him drive the car that he stole, that he drove in high school? Did you ever see that car?
Hey, I can tell you some stories the next time.
I just want to know, has he always been cheap?
Wait, what are we doing?
We're moving this to a Jay Black conversation.
No, that's what we're not doing. That's what we're not doing. Hey, thanks for joining us this morning, Brian.
He always been about his business. He always been about money. I can say that. And he always was stacking. He always been pretty focused, even at an early age. You know, he hung with the bad guys, but he wasn't a bad guy. So we go back from herringbones and Sergio Tacchini sweatsuits.
Oh, not the Sergio Tech.
Drop a bomb on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Williams. Brian Williams.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Yeah, boom.
Oh, everybody on IG Live. Shout to y'all. Kevin Kurtzy, what up? Enjoy this brother's knowledge to the people.
Yes.
Definitely shout to him. What we got going on? We're gonna take a break and then I'll come back and promote my comedy shows that are coming on. Jay Black, this is your life. No, Jay Black always tries to avoid the avoid, but it's all good. It's all good.
Funny you could actually, because he went to high school with us with Eve. Yeah.
Oh, so Spanky. Everybody knows Spanky.
I should call him Skippy. I'm glad they Spanky's bad, but I'm glad they ain't call him Skippy.
Yeah, I don't know who Skippy is.
All right, we'll take I need an extended break. I gotta refill my coffee.
Please don't smoke
2 inhales of the black.
Barksdale, by the way, good morning, Debbie Barksdale. I see you on the chat.
Where Debbie at? What up, Debbie?
Like I see a lot of reactions from different sites, and I see it got a little thumbs
What's
up.
going on, everybody? We try to have some advice for you guys so you can be motivated to actually get your real estate game on and get your financial situation.
No,
ready. Like, hey, 5,000. That's 15 right here. That's 15.
We'll be having the properties in Baltimore. He said Baltimore got the cheap ones and it's livable. I don't know about living there, but we better rent it out, clean it up, sell it.
Yeah, and they got tons of spots out here in DFW. I really should have been retired by now, but I didn't. But that's, you can't talk about what you didn't do. All right, y'all, we'll take this break. We'll come back. It's Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Yeah, y'all. What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out.
Now, truly, I'm a wife beater, no panties type of chick.
Let's go. Let's go. If I had a gun, Lunel, I would have just shot it right now. I would have just shot it in the air right now, Lunel. If I had 2 guns, I would be like, boom, boom, boom.
My husband don't care about that lingerie. When we got married, I had bought the little, oh Lord, yes.
Wait.
Come here, girl.
Wow.
Yes.
Stop playing with me. I'm in your neck right now, little nigga. Come here, girl. I'm in your neck. I'm right by the last L. I'm right by the last L.
Oh my God.
I'm by the last L. No disrespect to the E's. No disrespect to the N. No disrespect to the first L. I'm by the last L right now.
If I had a dime, if I had a dime for everybody who's went to sleep right there. I'd be a very rich.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Your escape from reality. Right here on Free Agent Radio.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out. The realest thing Bill said to me is when I went to the Improv and I went to him and I said, "Can you do the interview?" He said, "Yo, I heard the radio station went their separate ways." And I was like, "Yeah, that's funny that they said that." And then he grabbed me and he said, "You good?" And I said, "Yeah." And he looked at me and said, "Don't lie." To me, that was one of the, I've never had somebody be like, "Yo, don't lie. If you're not good, say you're not good."
Yeah. Because I'm dead ass. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, cats never want to admit they're not good, and sometimes cats not, and it would be the breakthrough so you can help them, because like I've had that happen so many times. I'm moving so fast and I'm not looking. I'm just talking, but I look you in your eye and I asked you seriously. I was like, yo, don't lie to me. Tell me what it is, because the pandemic taught me that a lot of us is carrying this weight. We've been through this, we've been through that, and we don't want to kind of like open up about it, and we carry this weight on us, you know what I'm saying? And so, and I lost a few people like that. So when I asked you that, I was dead ass serious, because I'm like, yo, man, you ain't got a lot of me. I've been knowing you 20 some years, and there ain't no shame in that game. If you going through something and you need me right now, tell me so I know it's real. Don't have me like, and then 2 weeks or 3 weeks later hear something else. And I was like, I was right there, and I missed it. You feel me? So that's
it was something that really touched me, and I thank you for that. I thought that was the kindest thing that I've had somebody ever do, to say, don't lie to me. And I just wanted to say that right here, because it was amazing. And it made me realize, like, I am good. But I was like, the same way you said, I said, I need to be asking other people this situation, and not playing these games where I assume everything's all right. And when you said it, because it wasn't no Bill Bellamy funny. No. This dude grabbed my arm and said, don't lie to me. And I was like, no, I'm all right. I'm good. So I want to thank you, Bill. Thank you so much.
What you should have said was, Bill, you have a role in How to Be a Player Part 2 for a Puerto Rican comedian.
No, right. If Bill ever needs, hey, Bill.
He's the only Puerto Rican I know.
I'm the only Puerto Rican. And mira, papi, it's all good. Whatever you need. Así, mira. I got you. Bill, thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, man, God bless
Bill.
you guys, man. Thank you for waking me up, man. That was worth it, man. It was worth getting up early. You guys are awesome, man. Just keep grinding, man. I like what you guys are doing. It's funny. It's right now, and y'all in your hustle, so I feel it. I love it.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends. Your escape from reality. Right here on Free Agent Radio.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Tap in.
Tap in, Michael, Shawn, and Takeover Legends, Jay Black, Sexy Mo, Shawnee Scott. Shout out to everybody rocking with us. My IG Live, I'll be back on that in a few minutes. Got to reload, recharge. In sports news, disappointing sports news. Anybody who's a boxing fan knows that Errol Spence Jr. was about to fight Manny Pacquiao August 21st. And yesterday, I reached out to his trainer when I heard the news. He suffered a torn retina, and he went to 3 different doctors. So they had to cancel the fight. They put another fighter in, and Errol Spence had to back out of the biggest
payday. He was about to get paid.
Yeah, and and Errol's made a gang of money. Like, he's made a gang of money fighting Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia. He's made a lot of money, but it was going to be the fight that he's always talked about. I've known Derek. I don't know Errol as much as Derek, the trainer. Like, I know Errol, obviously. I've talked to him. I've interviewed him for about 4 or 5 years. And I know Derek, that was their goal. Their goal was to fight everybody and then get to fight with Manny Pacquiao. And I watched Errol Spence fight at Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium, and there was about 50,000 people there when he fought Mikey Garcia. So he had to pull out. So our just, prayers. He's fine. He's going to be fine. Yeah. I mean, detached retina is something that happened to Sugar Ray Leonard. That's why the first fight before he fought Marvin Hagler got canceled. Then he wanted to fight Marvin Hagler. And
for those who don't know, where's the retina located and what is that?
It's in your eye. It's in your eye, and obviously it's a dangerous thing, and that's why you got to take precautions of it. That's why they went to 3 doctors to get clear, because my dad has problems with his retina, and it's a sensitive area. Obviously, it's your eye. So as a human being, and going blind is not worth it. So hopefully he'll have time to recover. I mean, he's been through worse. He said it on his IG. I've been through worse. The man literally was saved by God in a car accident where he got thrown out the car. And he broke all these bones and everything like that. He was fine. He didn't break any bones. That was crazy. He didn't break any bones. It was his teeth. And he's gonna be fine. So shout out to Errol Spence. And I was super disappointed. I got to call my dad today. I didn't call him yesterday to let him know the news because we're big boxing fans. So shout to Errol Spence Jr. All that's gonna happen. They put an interim fighter to fight Manny. Look, Errol Spence was gonna win that fight against Manny Pacquiao. I know all you big Manny Pacquiao fans. Manny's 40. He wasn't beating Errol Spence Jr.
That's why he might not get another chance at Manny.
And Manny might retire after this fight, but I think Manny's like, I'm gonna fight this interim guy. Be careful because the interim guy. There've been many a day when they put the guy in, and then next thing you know, some crazy stuff happens. But Errol will be fine. Shout out to Errol Spence Jr. Shout out to Derrick James, one of the best trainers in boxing. Right now, the best trainer in boxing with the champions that he has in his camp. So I just wanted to shout that out to him because I was like, God, my goodness. But you know what? There's always obstacles that get put in front of you. You jump over the obstacles and you keep it moving. And that's what you do, everybody in life. You jump over every obstacle and you keep going because what choice do you have but to keep going? Can't just stop. You ain't got no choice but to keep going. All right, y'all. It's now time, right?
It's time.
Because I saw the banner go up there. It's now time for Allegedly with Sexy Mo. We don't know if it was true, but we know it's alleged with Sexy Mo. Yeah!
Close enough. It's close enough for us.
We can't hear you, Mo. You done muted yourself, girl. Allegedly.
That's what happens when you two-hand the mic. My bad.
Okay, all right. Be careful. Don't start.
So, Michael Shawn, your man OJ, you know, you would think by this time he wouldn't still be in the news or be the topic of discussion, but he always finds a way to be relevant. He is actually out here saying now that he's scared to go back to LA and to be seen in LA. He's saying that he thinks he might run into the real killer of Nicole. So, you know, Nicole's sister jumped up, you know, she been dormant for a while. She jumped up and she like, bullshit. You look in the mirror. We know you did it. We know you did it. So, you know, he's out there. He's like, you know, I didn't do it. I know for years, decades, you guys still are accusing me. He's like, I didn't do it. I'm scared to come to LA. I think that I'm going to be, you know, that they're going to come after me next. And so that's what he's going with. That's what he's rocking with these days.
You know what? You know, I ain't gonna say it.
You gotta
say it.
If you ask me with the evidence, I say OJ was there. Either he did it or he was right there when it happened. You know what would be crazy? What if OJ really didn't? I believe he was either there, he sliced somebody up. But what if he didn't? Like what if OJ and you know, there's always a story inside a story. Like for years, everybody believed that John F. Kennedy Jr., the president, was assassinated by a man who sat up in that window and killed him. Then now we realize that probably, that didn't happen. I'll say it in the Batman voice.
Hey, Mark's funny.
What if he didn't do it? What if OJ knows? OJ knows that the people he had problems with are still around.
Tell out, and they might want to take him out.
And OJ's like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep my ass here in Florida or Vegas, wherever I'm at. I mean, I always just say it's got to be the craziest feeling if you really know, like, dog, like, right. I mean, even though you can't have any more evidence than the evidence that, I mean, there was a lot of evidence. I just like, goddamn.
Not guilty.
Well, there was some reasonable doubt there. You know, Johnny created that air pocket. Johnny Cochran.
No,
it don't fit. You must have quit.
Chris Darden was probably the worst prosecutor. Who was the white girl with Chris Darden and the other white girl? What was her name?
She retired and resigned after that.
What in God's great earth would make you try to tell a man to put a glove on and act like he's gonna make that glove fit perfectly?
That was the turning point. That was the pivotal point in the case.
And who was the racist?
Put that glove on?
Marcia Clark.
Marsha Clark. And who was the racist cop that the racist cop?
Was it Mark Furman?
Yes.
Mark Furman. Yes. Like, how did y'all not know his background with his racism?
Well, all it took for them to dig up, and this was before Instagram and Facebook and all of that, all it took was for one person to find where he done called somebody a nigga, and that was it.
If just think about this. If Mark Furman never uses the N-word, OJ's in jail for like 30 years. Mm-hmm. If Mark Furman never uses the N-word in his life, they don't even go to the glove. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't even go to, like OJ's in jail for the rest of his life if Mark Furman never uses one word. But I always thought to myself, what if this dude is really tough? And then everybody's like, well, he made that book if I would have done it. But we didn't know his financial situation.
Right. Because you remember there was a civil suit. You know, Nicole's parents and her family had this whole civil suit against him. So it wasn't like he got acquitted and he didn't lose anything. And then, you know, Johnny Cochran, he didn't do this pro bono. So you know that cost a pretty penny for his whole legal team and to beat that case at the time. So he lost a lot. He lost a lot financially.
David Burns, most people hate that man got acquitted by a jury of peers, but because the evidence didn't find him guilty, you choose to still say he guilty. All right, I'm not going to go that far. The evidence did show he was guilty.
Verdict. It was the verdict. The outcome. We got to stand by that. Keep it moving. Yeah. That's what we wanted.
I mean, he did. He lost the civil. Listen, that was a tragedy. Somebody did something, and OJ knows something. Mm-hmm.
Because they always put up, did he have an accomplice? Was there somebody else who helped him with this whole thing?
Oh, they had his blood. Mm-hmm. They had blood in his truck. They had his shoes that he claimed he never wore, and then they found out he did have the same exact shoes. Like that was there's something.
Coincidences.
No, there's not a coincidence.
Well, all you have to do is create reasonable doubt in order for the jury to come back and say.
But the only reasonable doubt was that Mark Furman used the N-word and that the glove they started. So that's what I'm saying. What's his name was like Chris Darden. Jesus, my God, you really, like, honestly, like, I'm not a lawyer of any way, but if we'd have been sitting there, your plan was make OJ put the glove on. I'd have been like, dog, do you know how difficult he's gonna act as if, like, dog, like that literally is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life. Don't make him put it on.
It wasn't a small glove, though.
It was a small glove.
But my thing is, like, even the people said the glove had blood on it. So the glove is going to shrink after a while. My thing is just show the glove. All you had to do was show the glove in front of the jury. That's all you had to do. This is it right here, people. You know, we get fascinated with examples of stuff. Just show the glove. Ta-da. Look at this. Ta-da. There it is. The glove, the blood. But the Mark Furman, how don't you vent him? How don't you find out about his background?
Like, remember back then too, you know, they weren't holding police officers, detectives, and law enforcement to the gun about racial stuff. Yeah, so that probably wasn't even like, they wasn't thinking about that, but that was that one piece that they said, hey, this could possibly be the thing to tank this whole case. And that's why they used it.
Yeah, but they hold witnesses. You're supposed to vet the witnesses and you're supposed to get everything in their background. And let's be clear, that was after Rodney King.
Right.
Yeah, OJ was after. So
so cops were already in LA under the microscope of people were like, yeah, cops did. That's why they got off. That's why Mark Furman, that's why they hated him so much because he was a cop. But anyway.
Stay out of LA, OJ. He right. Stay out of LA.
The only thing with OJ is OJ never shuts the fuck up.
Right. I'm shocked because he has been loose lips for the past decade or so. I'm shocked that he's still even entertaining this, even talking about this at all. You know, most people after something like this, they want to go on with their lives, but OJ has seemed to just been stuck in this space. I mean, this is why he did jail time to begin with, when they stole his memorabilia,
and that's when he went to jail when he was innocent.
Yeah,
that was really his stuff that they stole. But this was crazy. and I'll say this story 6 trillion times. When I hosted a party with OJ and Shaq at Chrome nightclub, and they were white girls. They were white girls sitting on OJ's lap taking pictures. That's when I was like, well, if y'all don't give a fuck, then why should I give a fuck? They were white girls sitting on his lap taking pictures.
Like, did you not see what happened to the last white girl that sat in on that? But
that's what I said. You know what? And I just wish we had the technology of camera phones back then, so I could have taken that video.
Listen,
and put that
if
on
IG,
like,
if there was IG or Facebook, do you
listen,
understand that type of situation?
If y'all gonna sit on his lap, don't get me to feeling sorry for nobody, because obviously y'all don't give a damn. Y'all are sitting. Dog, he shut down South Street. We weren't even all together. We were all together at Chrome. We weren't all together on South Street when I happened to be going. There was a what was that place? I returned his coat because I burnt it with a either Black and Mild or something. And OJ has shut down South. It don't take much to shut down South Street. It's just one street that goes in one way. But I just saw the crowd, and he was in a drop top, and it was OJ. And I was in there like, yo, this is nuts for real. Like goodness God, like OJ had All-Star Weekend on Smash. And I know he made more money than me to host that club, damn it. So shout out to OJ, just like at a certain point, OJ, just like if you really didn't do it, like stop putting the family through what you're putting them through. Like Jesus, you keep talking.
And that's why the sister probably can't, because their family's been pretty quiet, in the recent years about this. They've kind of settled in. And I think that every time OJ comes out to the forefront and says something about it, and of course all of the media and the blogs bring it out, it's kind of like re-injuring or re-traumatizing the family all over again.
And you know who knows is Kim's mom, Kim Kardashian's mom. She knows because the dad was part of the dream team, and he left the dream team because he knew all the evidence. They know.
Like they used to hang out. OJ used to come to their houses, to their functions, to everything. That's why people are always talking about or joking that Courtney's dad is really OJ.
That ain't joking. That ain't no joke. Allegedly. That ain't no joke. Allegedly. That ain't no joke. Allegedly. Y'all was all banging out. But the fact that he got off the dream, he wanted off the dream team. Yes. Yo, mom knows what really went on. Like mom knows what really fucking happened. That's the craziness. But but then you can't say much. OJ hit. All right. OJ hit.
Speaking of trials and speaking of hitting,
OJ hit.
Shawn. Speaking of hitting, well, they say once you go black, you never go back, because I mean, you see where she's at now. But Michael Shawn, speaking of trials, of course, R. Kelly's trial is off to the races. And here's another loophole, dun dun dun, another plot twist. He is asking the judge yet again for another dismissal. Now, I told you he wanted the boys out of the case, that they were adding to the charges with the women. Now he's asking the judge to take off the offense of being charged with knowingly giving 2 women herpes. Now, apparently it's a law in New York City where, if you give somebody an acute bacterial venereal disease, such as like syphilis or gonorrhea, that's actually a misdemeanor. Who knew? It's a misdemeanor. But something like a viral infection, like herpes is, they're saying that's not included in the law. So he's asking for it to be taken off of his trial. Because if you notice that, they're starting to add more and more.
They're trying to add stuff because he might have given somebody herpes.
Well, 2 women. He knowingly gave 2 women herpes, and now they're adding it to the case. And of
how
course,
do you know it? Like how do they know he knowingly gave somebody herpes?
Maybe they knew it. I mean, they have access maybe to his medical records and whatnot. And because he knew that he had herpes and had unprotected sex with these two individuals, but now they are adding it to the case, and he's asking for the judge to have some level of reconsideration for this.
No, you got to take that off. Let me explain. Let me to all the Mo. Let me get you on the IG live so I can say this clearly to everybody. And let me get Jay Black on here before I say it, because this is something that's really annoyed me for a long time, like really fucking annoyed me. And a old everybody says OG, but an OG did tell me this, and this is something with this. You're gonna say he gave you herpes knowingly.
Mm-hmm.
And let me get Jay Black on here. Now I know what everybody's gonna say. You can wear a condom and still contract herpes. And now I've asked doctors this, and doctors like, it's very rare that you'll actually be able. This can happen if you don't wear a condom with somebody. You have just opened yourself up to everything. Don't come back and be like, you gave me this, you gave me that knowingly. If we did not wear condoms, you would become as reckless as everybody else, and whatever you get, you get.
Well, I mean, I think the culpability that they're trying to say that R. Kelly has is the fact that he was already diagnosed with herpes, and whether he wore a condom with these ladies or not, he still had sex with them knowing that he had some type of open sores or open lesions or what have you, in order for them to contract it. So,
but that's your responsibility to protect yourself.
It's still a difference, though, Mike.
No, it's not. No, it's not. If you decide not to wear a seatbelt in my car, and I'm a crazy driver, and you know I'm a crazy driver, if you decide not to wear a seatbelt, you go through that windshield.
That's the difference. Giving someone a sexually transmitted disease knowing you have it is different from me taking a chance and not wearing a condom that I could be exposed. Like there's a chance I could be exposed. You know you got something.
Dog, and
so you can give it to me.
Now you do know if you don't wear a condom, you can catch something, right? You do know that.
There is a chance.
No.
On my side, there's a chance. On your side, it's fact.
No, there's not a chance. You do know that you can get something if you don't wear a condom.
Yes, you can.
So you can't blame the other person
if the other person doesn't have anything.
So herein lies the problem, guys. The issue that the judge is saying and what the defense is saying is basically you're supposed to have full disclosure to your sexual partner prior to. Now, if they consent and you infect them, then that's something different. But the culpability that they're trying to put on him is the fact that he didn't disclose this. He knew that he had herpes and he gave it to these two women.
I'm saying this, forget R. Kelly. Y'all people who catch something and blame the other person, it's your fault. You decided to roll the dice. You played the game. And now you want to say, oh, you knew it, but you didn't tell me. Why would you trust somebody you just met to have sex with? You trusted that person for no reason except, guess what? You wanted to raw dog it.
But ain't it more foul of the person to know they have something?
No,
I know I got something. I'm more foul and wrong. More foul and wrong. I know I got it.
You know what's foul and wrong? Is that you literally put yourself in jeopardy and you get mad that somebody else gave you. You put yourself in jeopardy.
I get that part, but you don't see that as levels to this?
I don't.
You have.
I don't care.
That female know that box is hot and she's still gonna go sleep with this dude.
You said a hot box.
And it's more wrong on her. I mean, I'm wrong too. The guy's wrong because he didn't protect himself. But Mike is level.
No.
I'm wrong. You wrong. How about that?
No.
I'm wrong, but you wrong.
No. If somebody gave me something and I went raw and she knew she had something, I'd still be more mad at myself. Y'all better start taking responsibility for your goddamn actions and stop putting it off on other people. If you sit there and you go raw dog with somebody, guess what you've opened yourself up to? Anything. And to top it off, that person, they'll be like, knowingly. There's a ton of people who got stuff that they don't even know they got.
Right, because you have to remember, herpes is a viral infection, so it can lie dormant in your body. You yourself can be asymptomatic, never know you had it, and be passing it off to all your sexual partners. So let's be clear about that. It's not like gonorrhea. It's not like syphilis or anything like that, where you could take a pill and it's poof, be gone. Herpes is with you forever, whether you have symptoms with it or not. So maybe he never had a breakout, and maybe he didn't. I mean, he knew he was a carrier, but didn't think he could give it to somebody. Who knows? But they are still trying to add it to his case. They're still trying to make it stick. And
if you had sex with R. Kelly, a star, without a condom, just think about what you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you have sex with a celebrity who we all assume is having a gang of sex all the time.
I mean, they did it to Usher. Look at Usher. Mm-hmm.
There's the crazy thing about Usher. The girl said, he gave me herpes, but I don't have herpes.
Right. She was exposed, allegedly.
So if you don't have it, how do you know? And the funny thing is, we never heard about it ever again. It went away. And then everybody had a 2-year run of Usher got herpes. Now, the second thing about herpes, I want you to look at the numbers of people in this country who have herpes.
And it's high. It's high. Make no mistake about it. There are people out, and those are people who are diagnosed and you know about.
If you're in a room, I think I forgot. It's a 6 or 7 people, somebody got herpes.
Isn't it like 2? Like a 2 to 6 ratio?
Yes.
Something like that. Yep.
So like, you wrong though. You wrong if you know you got herpes and you let someone have unprotected sex with you. You wrong.
I didn't force you to have unprotected sex with me. I didn't force you to eat my mac and cheese.
But you know you got that. You know you got it, and you know.
And you have an option to protect yourself.
That's selfish. That's wrong.
No,
I think you did wrong. But
no,
I mean,
you know what?
I get what you're trying to say. You got to protect yourself.
I'm not trying to say it. You know why you didn't put the condom on? You know why you didn't? You know why you didn't put the condom on?
Tell me, Mike.
Because it feels good. And you decided I'd take the chance because it feels better. And you decided it feels good. I'm going to roll the dice.
Well, rolling the dice. Hey, Kelly, rolling the dice is what got them both in trouble because they rolled the dice. They allowed R. Kelly to roll the dice. And they both actually ended up with herpes, contracting herpes. The gift that keeps on giving.
It's just like a girl. It's just like a girl says, I can't get pregnant. Like I'm on the pill. I'm on a pill. You can finish up in me, and then you get mad. Oh, she lied. Okay, who cares? Your dumb ass believed her.
And so Jeanette is right. You're obligated to tell your partner if they are in danger. So by law, that's what they're arguing in New York, because New York does have that law that, if you do have a sexually transmitted disease or some type of acute bacterial venereal disease, but it doesn't speak to viruses. So that's where they're trying to find this loophole, because herpes is a virus, gonorrhea, syphilis, those are bacterial.
Y'all keep playing these games and y'all keep making these things. Oh, it's the law. This is the law. That the reality of the reality is that you need to protect yourself. And once you don't, I don't want to hear about you bitching that the other person knew.
They even have underwear condom, like to cover your whole. I've seen those where you put them on like underwear and it covers the penis and it covers the whole area down there. And so again, we don't know if R. Kelly was wearing a condom or not when these two women contracted. We don't even know if they contracted it together at the same time, but definitely he's not denying that he didn't give them herpes though. Just FYI, he's not denying it. He's just asking for it to be removed from his sexual misconduct trial. And then sexual assault trials.
And then y'all want to hang out. Y'all want to get drunk with a celebrity. Y'all want to get drunk and get high. And then y'all want people to make responsible choices. And you decide you want to go raw. And you think after doing 5, 6, 7, 8 shots of Henny, smoking a blunt, that he's going to go, hold up. By the way, hold up. Before we get into this, let me just explain. No, it's a reckless activity. All these reckless acts, y'all want to put rules on. Especially dudes, especially a dude who meets a chick at the club and then he bangs around and then he gets mad. You knew you had it. You just met this chick and you went raw. That's on you because you got it. You met her at the club and 45 minutes later, you got her bent over and you don't wear a condom. That's on you. All that. She's wrong. No, dude, she already got it. Now you got it. You wrong.
Right.
Like y'all want to play these sex games? And I tell these young boys all the time, these sex games are dangerous. All these sex games, knocking off chicks, having 3 chicks in the room, having chicks eating people out and doing all this crazy stuff and all this nutty stuff. You know what? It's a dangerous game you're playing. It's a dangerous game. And don't come back and be like, yo, she was wrong. You wasn't thinking about that if you ain't get it. If you ain't catch nothing, you'd be like, we knocked off more chicks in the club. We knocked off more chicks. Stop it.
Right. It's a badge of honor until you get that thing on your lip.
On you.
Yeah. I saw this one meme where a guy was like, I gotta stop flirting because he said the meme was, I gotta stop flirting because now I got 3 vaginas I gotta eat out. And I'm sitting there going like, I'm looking at the meme like, and it's like 10,000 likes. I'm like,
it's normal. It's normalized. That's normalized.
I was like, what are y'all talking? Let me tell y'all women something. If I was back in them streets, let me tell you what I'm not kissing on you when I first meet you. You go get these young boys that you go test their egos. Like, you're not going to eat that. Like, and women too. You putting these things in your mouth and you just met this dude.
What the comedian say? What she say? I wash everything that go in my mouth. Don't nothing dirty come this way.
Like, y'all be playing. Like, we be putting things in our mouths, licking butts and doing all types of stuff. And then everybody be like, and everybody be like, and then everybody got the nerve to have rules afterwards. Like, yeah, but if you knew you just licked somebody's butt. And now you're talking about, you should have told me you had something. Obviously, you didn't care because you put your tongue in my ass after the club.
And probably ain't even wash it first.
Yeah, you didn't even ask me to take a shower.
No shower.
And y'all want somebody to feel. You want somebody to feel sorry for you? Like, what are y'all talking about?
It happens.
Like when it comes to this sex out in these streets, it's a reckless, dangerous game that y'all playing. And guess what? The least of your problems is pregnancy. The least of your problems, because every child born is a blessing.
Right.
The least of your problem is pregnancy. It's waking up with a mushroom on your top lip. Or on your penis, or HIV diagnosis, or a woman gets something that makes her she can't have
HPV.
She can't have kids ever again. Yeah, anything like that. And I don't judge people for making a bad decision. I've had people tell me that they have this. I don't judge those people for that. That can happen to anybody.
Right. It can happen to anybody. And I say this all the time when people talk about sexually transmitted diseases, like, ew, she nasty. She must be. What if she only had one sexual partner and that person had multiple partners, didn't tell her, and was out here in these streets being reckless, or tell him and brought it back home?
Exactly.
What if?
No, Dave, you just want to be nasty. What if I would have farted in their face when they was dog? It's a whole but dog.
Pink eye, something I heard again. You pink eye.
You can get that in your eye. You do know that you can have herpes of the eye.
You can get pink eye
on your skin. Yes.
But it doesn't, it's not a judgment. And let me be clear. It's not a judgment on your moral character. It doesn't mean you're a bad person by having something at all. Because millions and millions of people do, because we all are having sex and things can happen. That's what I'm saying. Protect yourself and don't use the scapegoat like you should tell me. No. We're more particular with the macaroni salad at the barbecue, or what was it?
Who made the macaroni and cheese?
Or the potato salad? Yeah. Or
I ain't eating from there. Her house nasty. She got cats.
She got cats. But I licked the butt. What are you talking about?
Oh man.
Like I'm just saying, like I'm like we got to start got to start thinking to ourselves, like, how am I gonna? What was my role in this? Like what was my action? There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, even about the oral sex thing. I'll say that. I'm not even gonna get it. I'll save it. Go to your next story.
No, but you know, sexual responsibility. What did Kelly say? They have condoms for women also. Buy them and cover them up. Yeah, they do. They do, but it doesn't protect the outside, the labia, the lips, all of that. It doesn't protect any of that. So what do you do when, again, you have a spouse who knows, or not even a spouse, a sexual partner that knows that they have a sexually transmitted disease that they can never get rid of, like herpes, and they still knowingly
What was the last comment before David? There was the last comment. I wish I could find that military sex film. When I went to Korea, they would change their mind. I don't know.
Oh, what is that? Yeah. They must have showed some nasty shit on there.
I just always think like the stuff that we say now on Instagram and everything like that. And trust me, I'm no prude. I'm down. Oral sex, the whole thing. I'm down.
You eat groceries?
I always say I've never done it on purpose. But people always talk about explorers, and if you think about like oral sex, and I think I've said this on the show before, the most daring, crazy people were the first people to ever do any type of oral sex. Just think about it's normalized to us right now.
Right.
Just think about the first person, the first dude, the first caveman. With no hygiene whatsoever.
No soap.
None. Put your mouth on this. Like that. Look, forget Christopher Columbus. Those explorers were the most, they risked everything. Like what were
they risked it all.
How nasty were you to be like, yo?
I actually said, but people worrying about the vaccine, but they out here having unprotected oral sex and everything else. You know, hey, but
with somebody that they just met.
Vaccine, though, but
what?
Yeah.
With somebody they just met. I'm not getting vaccinated, but yeah, I'm eat the groceries tonight. Somebody getting the groceries ate.
Yo, they're
not on purpose.
Not on purpose. There are chicks who told their dudes like, yo, I'm not coming to your house. The COVID's out there. I'm not risking my life. And the guy's thinking to himself, girl, I know the people you had sex. You've been risking your life. You've been risking your life for years. I know who you was knocking down.
Oh man.
All right, go to the next story.
Speaking of risking it all, and speaking of somebody who does acknowledge eating groceries, is Diddy. Apparently.
When did Diddy acknowledge that?
Oh, Diddy eats groceries.
He
has acknowledged. He has not acknowledged back in the day that he's a very sexually fluent and open human being. So apparently, he is dating Young Miami from the City Girls.
I saw that.
And so and I ain't mad. Get your bag, girl. You know, she's young, she's popping, she's a hot artist, and Diddy is known for, you know, liking young things on his arm. So it's only right. But her friends are saying that he actually gives her a $250,000 allowance every month to buy whatever she wants.
Oh. Wow. Well, okay.
$250,000 a month to buy what she wants. That's her allowance. Like, that's her play money.
Wow.
I could have any chick. If I told I don't care. Let me not take it too far. We're good.
Well, rumor has it that he's a good lover. Like he lay it down in the bed. I'm just saying, maybe Young Miami wanted to see what it was hitting for. $250,000 allowance later. Hey, Zaddy.
I don't know too many women who wouldn't be with me if they knew for a fact I was cutting you a $250,000 check every month.
$250,000.
Baddest chick at the club.
Mike, for $2,500 right now, it's COVID. Times is tight. $2,500 might get you something when you go to the club.
No, let's be real. as a guy right now, if there's a woman who was attracted to me and I was single, and I knew it was a $250,000 a month thing that I was getting cut a check.
He ain't that bad looking, right? That's what they're gonna say. Well, he got a good personality.
Yeah.
I'll be right at the crib. I'll be right at the crib.
It's sparkling. What you say, Mike? You know, you can't reach the back, but you can reach the front. Oh, that's all good with me. 250? 250?
No, $250,000. And I was gonna name an artist, but then I don't want people to say that I'm thinking the person is ugly, like, or anything like that. But just name an artist right now who's okay looking. And if I was single and she was like $250,000, I'd be her boo for a while. I'll be her boo for a while.
Listen, I'm sure Young Miami done been through some bums. So Diddy and his past with dating a lot of women on the side. I don't think she cares about that. I don't think she cares about that. David was saying that she better be ready for Diddy. I don't think she cares about that. And if she is getting $250K a month just to shop, you know, shout out to her, because that's, you know, that gives the hood girls hope. She came from nothing. And her success in the music game right now, and dating, like, you know, a hot ass producer, an icon, that's a come up for her. That's a come up.
When if they going raw?
What? I'm pretty sure. Listen, when you have a steady sexual partner, do you always break out the condom?
I'm just saying.
Cassie never got pregnant by Diddy, right?
If you don't take tests and you don't ask for tests, that's another thing with the, you should tell me.
What's your status?
If you don't ask for the status and ask for the test results, don't get mad because I ain't tell you.
And I don't think a lot of people do that. I mean, even now, even with all the knowledge and all the things out there, all of the pictures, people still don't ask when they're about to smash. Yo, hold up. What's your status?
Hold up, wait. I can only go by what Joe Torre said on the show. He referred to a rap icon who was a movie star, saying a lot of people knew that he had a bunch of stuff going on. But I'm not going to say the name, because I'm not just going to say the name. I'm just saying it was a rap icon who was a movie star. All right. Anything else before we can't wrap up. It's going to be 10 o'clock. Yo, we can't wrap up. I've mastered it. It's 3 minutes.
Yes. We did good. We did real good.
Yeah, man. It's been a good show, y'all. I'm tired.
Shout out to Derek Fisher. Didn't he get married?
Oh, he married Matt Barnes' ex-wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if Matt Barnes got an invite. Yes, he married Gloria Govan.
Well, him and Matt Barnes are supposed to be cool after Matt Barnes went up to the house and chased him around the house and punched him a few times. But they're cool now.
Whoop his ass.
They're cool now. Kelly J, I appreciate this guy once again asking me for my results. I quickly showed him, and he showed me his. Very nice.
Very
and that's very mature. And just for those out there who know, make sure you check the date on that, because a lot of people be like, no, I'm clean. This was from 2 years ago and probably 50 coochies later. So make sure it's a current report or a health report. That's all I gotta say.
Be safe out there, y'all.
Be safe.
Be safe. And join us tomorrow. We got the psychic coming on tomorrow, y'all. Get y'all psychic readings on.
We got the psychic coming on tomorrow. So if y'all want some readings,
I got a lot of questions.
Y'all check in, rock out with us. We got the psychic, Jay Black. He like that goofy shit. Like, he likes it.
He like mediums. He like magicians.
Jugglers.
Yeah.
But we got the psychic tomorrow. So and we'll all have questions. I wonder, can a psychic still do it if we're not in the same room together? Can psychic still make it happen? Yeah. Okay, I always wanted to need to feel a vibe. All right, y'all. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. And understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. Understand there's all. Did I already say that? Did I say there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed?
Miss Leo, yes.
It will end.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you fight for everything else. You fight for parking spots. You fight for the big piece of chicken. You fight for who is gonna organize everything. You fight for like who gets invited to parties. Fight for your happiness, and never let anybody take that from you. It's Michael Shawn and the Takeover legend, Jay Black, Sexy Mo, Shawnee Scott, the entire crew.
We miss you, Shawnee.
We miss you, Shawnee. Yeah.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.